unknown object that seems to be heading for the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. There are reports of strong gusts, lightning strikes, and thunder. Officials are urging fans to take shelter in the rink and rush for the net.
On the air. We'll have another drive here. They go back behind the net looking for a centering play. There it is, they score! It's 1-0. Thunderbirds take the lead here on the road. Hits in front, there it is, they score! Jack, Gus Ford comes over, and there's a hit, and here we go! Shooting one through a screen. I don't know how Boris Babic saw it, but he did. Gets to work. They fire one, they score! Roman Kramer wins the game in overtime! And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey. Kendall Grayson with you as always for our pregame show here on the YouTube broadcast. We thank you for tuning in tonight as we complete this 3-game week series against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. The New Year's Eve game, Thunderbirds won it by a final score of 7-3. And then in here last night, a really good hockey game between these two teams. Very competitive, very entertaining, and at the end of the night, it was a 4-2 win for the Thunderbirds. Gus Ford scored twice. He had a goal in the second period at 11:06 of the Flow second period last night. Also scored the goal that clinched the game into an empty net at 18:39 of last night's game. But John Butita back in the lineup last night after serving a 2-game suspension. He scored and got the momentum going early on in the first period. Blue Ridge answered back with a goal from Carson Gallagher, and then Gus Ford, Yuri Pastuka scored in the second period. A power play goal from the Bobcats in the third period, but then it was the Thunderbirds and again Gus Ford to put it away with the empty net goal. Boris Babic was very good last night. He was the third star with 37 saves. Yuri Pastuka the second star of the game, and Gus Ford was the first star. We can look at this season series now. It's a full 12-game season series between these two rivals, and as we see, it was the first 2 wins of the year for the Bobcats in the season series, but since then the Thunderbirds have won the next 3 games, including right here last night. The final score was 4-2, and with that win we can have a look at what that did to the FPHL standings. The Thunderbirds still with their 4th place positioning in the Continental Division side of things now with 33 points on the board, and a tie on points with the PD Ice Cats as they've been back and forth the last few weeks. But the 3 points for the regulation win gave them 33 points, and again the Thunderbirds sitting in 4th place in the division standings. Monroe is at the top. They overtook Athens a couple of weeks ago. They got 61 points. Then it's Athens and Columbus in 2nd and 3rd. PD's in 5th, Baton Rouge in 6th, and Biloxi in 7th place. It's the Binghamton Black Bears leading the way in the Empire Division on the other side, and they will be here for the only time this season in the regular season. Back-to-back games here at the Fairgrounds next weekend. Get your tickets now for the rematch of last year's, the last couple of championship series in the FPHL, as the Thunderbirds will hit the road on the 30th and 31st to play the Black Bears, but Binghamton's only trip to this facility this season coming up next weekend after tonight's game between the Thunderbirds and the Bobcats. It goes Binghamton, then Port Huron, Topeka. Blue Ridge is in 4th place on the other side in the Empire Division. Watertown in 5th. Then it's Danbury in 6th. They are on a slide. The Hat Tricks have lost their last 7 games, and it's been back-to-back overtime losses for Indiana. So they're putting points on the board, but still in 7th place in the Empire Division standings. We can have a look at the team leaders on each side and take a look at what it looks like after last night's game. Gus Ford at the top for the Thunderbirds, and certainly no surprise there. He's been there for much of the season, if not all of the season at this point, but he scored twice last night, his 17th and 18th goals of the year. 23 assists, gives him 41 points. Zach White still the second scorer on the team with 29 points. Josh LaBelle has 27, some of those points with the Danbury Hat Tricks before he was acquired in a trade. But we see Boris Babic, the netminder. We expect him to go again tonight, a 3.24 goals against average, a 907 save percentage. On the other side, with Hunter Veristic last night, a .403 goals against average and .899 save percentage. We believe it'll be Anthony Schrum that will get the call this evening. We saw Anthony Schrum for about 3 minutes during Wednesday's game. After Veristic was pulled in the first period, they put Schrum in, and they put Veristic back in to start the second period and play the rest of the game. We believe it will be Anthony Schrum. And then, of course, it's Brandon Reller who still leads the way on the other side for points with 30 of them. Michael Mercurio with 24. And Nikita Kozarev, who scored a power play goal in the third period last night with 22 points. We can tell you about the games coming up here this month. We are in a 5-game homestand that goes back to Wednesday. But we have the 2 home games here this weekend, 2 home games next weekend with the Binghamton Black Bears, the opponent. Then it'll be 3 consecutive road games, all against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Blue Ridge will be back here on the 24th for the final home game in the month of January. And then it will be the Binghamton Black Bears, the opponent for the Thunderbirds, on the road for the end of the month. And as we always do, everyone, we keep you updated on the out-of-town scoreboard report. And here's what we have for you, games from around the FPHL this evening. So we have our early start on the way at 6:05. Indiana and Port Huron will play at 7:05. Danbury is in Florence to play PD at 7:15. Watertown playing host to Binghamton. That's a 7:30 start. 7:05 Central, 8:05 Eastern for Athens on the road to play Baton Rouge. Monroe will also play host to Columbus at 8:05 Eastern, and at 8:05 Eastern, Biloxi plays host to Topeka. We thank you as always, everyone, for tuning in, and thanks for making the pregame show and Thunderbirds hockey part of your evening. Kendall Grayson with you as always. We will step aside. When we come back, we will take a look at what it looked like here last night. Many of you tuning in may have been at last night's game. We thank you for that. But we'll have a look at the highlights and the win for the Thunderbirds here on home ice, 4-2 the final score. Then we'll also hear from head coach Steve Harrison with our preview of the opponent, the Blue Ridge Bobcats, the opponent for all 3 games this weekend. Puck drop coming up tonight at 6:05. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll be right back.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Gus Ford looks to win it. We're back with Kate Hanley battling Ford across the rink, and Ford will pitch it ahead, found by Butita. Here's John Butita, uses some speed, in on goal, fires just wide of the net. And that one comes all the way out to center and then goes deep into the Thunderbirds defensive end, where it's found by Ford, gave it to Hanley. Then it's onside, another shot, rebound, give it up, they score! John Butita with his 4th goal of the year, 117th of his career. Welcome back to the lineup. And it's 3-2 shots on goal, 1-0 on the scoreboard. And this goes bouncing away from Corey Cunningham. Now a 2-on-2, maybe a 3-on-2 for the Bobcats. They'll center one, far side, they drive it, they score. And we're tied at 1. 12:02 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. And the 5th shot of the game, it goes in for Blue Ridge. It's Carson Gallagher who has the goal. And that'll reset things here at the neutral zone. 1-on-0 breakaway. Now they get up to Ford. He's in, shoots it. Save made. It's off the glass, back behind the net. And it stays in play. Thunderbirds get to it again. Ford scores! has his team leading, 17th goal of the season. Thunderbirds take the lead 2-1. 8:54 left to go in the Flow second period. We're still playing 4-on-4 hockey, but it's a 1-goal lead for the good guys. Right here, they shoot one wide of the net. Boris Babic made a save on it. Here's Pestuka, takes a look to see who's with him. They're onside, looking to go up by 2. Pestuka trying to center, back behind, wrap chance, far side post, shut down, Pestuka shoots, score! Pestuka falls after he scored, got it ahead, fell down, and a hard-working play from him pays off. On the other side of the rink, on the score sheet he goes. Blue Ridge down by 2. They play in from the neutral zone here on the 2-man power play. They'll move it around. Mercurio holding on to it, slides it near side. They work from there. They'll throw it to the point. Daniel Klinicki. Klinicki has it near side. Here's Ozaret. He waits. Klinicki loads up, doesn't fire. Holding on to it. Klinicki back up top again. Mercurio down low. In front they go. They score. And there's a goal to make it 3-2. 19:20 left to go in the Culver's third period, and one of the 4 Thunderbirds players is released from the penalty box. So it's Joe Kennedy at it. And it's Gallagher to find it, and he'll swing the pass. And here from the near side, there's Klinicki. Andrioli steps onside, gave it away forward, towards an empty net, scores! Gus Ford puts the Thunderbirds back up by 2. Empty net goal, 4-2, 1:21 left to play. They put 2.0 back on. Final face-off. Nobody even attempts to touch it. It's almost like, what do we do that for? Thunderbirds win. This one's over. When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Kendall Grayson here with head coach Steve Harrison for our preview of the matchups against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Coach, we normally just do a weekend preview, but busy week here, obviously, starting with the New Year's Eve game and then the weekend as well. Tell us about Blue Ridge. You've seen them a few times this year, but now you're getting ready to see a whole lot of them.
Well, there's a lot of competition when we play them. It's big brother, little brother, kind of. They came in the league just a couple years ago. But every game's a battle. Doesn't matter what we're in their barn or in our barn, and they want to beat us, and so it's always a tough fight. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to be ready, and Last weekend was kind of a little disappointing. I think the boys were a little disappointing because I think we gave points away last week, and I can't say we played bad, but we gave points away, and I give Columbus credit. They took advantage of when they had the chance, but I just said I think we let some things slip last week, and we can't do that this week. We got to play a smart, good, sound game, and if we do that, then we're going to give ourselves a chance to win, and that's all you can ask.
You're now in the midst of a 5-game homestand. How important is it to get these points here, knowing that you're going to have the fan support the next few weeks?
Well, it's always great here, especially New Year's Eve, and the fans and the excitement here is always like that great. But no, it's important. I mean, every game, we're at that turning stage of the season where it's harder to win. People don't understand that. They think you're playing better and it should be easier, but this is when the points really matter, and we've got to be ready. And if we do that, then we'll give ourselves a chance. But we got to make sure that we're on all cylinders and play for 60 minutes.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks very much.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com. And welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Kendall Grayson with you as always for tonight's broadcast. We thank you for tuning in, and we're almost ready to go. The officials take to the ice now. They drop the lights down. The smoke filling the zone to our left. The red floodlights are turned on. The officials out there now. Soon we will see the Bobcats, and then the Thunderbirds will hit the ice and look for win number 12 on this season. Bobcats will be searching for win number 11, and we'll see the Thunderbirds can continue their good play as of late against this Bobcats group. Twin City has won 3 of the first 5 games in this 12-game season series. And we wait for them to hit the ice. We have about 3 minutes left on the clock. That is showing to our right. Once Blue Ridge hits the ice, we'll see the Thunderbirds, and of course we will have the Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup for you. And we'll be able to, of course, bring you the audio, and that is announced, and also let you know who those players will be tonight. And for the Thunderbirds, it's the exact same Geico starting lineup that we had last night. Boris Babick is in net, then it's Joe Kennedy and Troy Harwell on the D pairing. In the forward line is Roman Kramer, Corey Cunningham, and Zach White, who will all start the game at 4. Josh LaBelle did not play last night. He draws back into the lineup. Jacob Schnapp did play last night. He exits the lineup as he serves a 1-game suspension. He had 2 10-minute penalties during the flow second period last night, continuing an altercation, abuse of officials, and is serving a 1-game suspension. Connor Mullins is not in the lineup tonight. Josh Keplinger did not play last night. He draws back in the lineup, and so we'll see Keplinger for the second time this season. And so that's what it looks like for the Thunderbirds lineup. It will be Anthony Schrum. That was our suspicion, and now it has been confirmed. The goaltending matchup will be Boris Babick against Anthony Schrum. Schrum did not play last night. It was Hunter Varasic. He did play for a few minutes on Wednesday for the New Year's Eve game. You hear the Bobcats hit the ice. Some of their fans have made the trip. And you hear what the Thunderbirds fans had to say about it afterwards. Thanks for tuning in. Puck drop on the way. Twin City about to hit the ice and look for another win against the Bobcats this season. Back-to-back home games here on the weekend. It's a 5-game homestand in total. This is the third game of the 5-game homestand. And they'll wrap up the homestand next weekend with back-to-back games against Binghamton. Here we go. It's Teddy Bear Toss Night. Always a special event. And we'll see when that first Thunderbirds goal is scored. The last couple of games against the Bobcats this week, it's been early. And we'll see if they can continue that trend. And here they come. The team hits the ice, and now it's time for the Geico Winston-Salem starting lineup.
Fans, we ask that you rise, if you are able, and join your Twin City Thunderbirds and Braybrook Technologies in a moment of silence to remember the individuals that have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Thank you. Braybrook Technologies offers comprehensive suite and industrial automation, integration, and motor control services. Visit Braybrook Technologies at braybrook.com. Tonight's Veteran Spotlight is sponsored by Eric and Carrie Larson with the Sign Shop in Troutman, helping your business and event succeed with premium signage and apparel needs. Thunderbirds fans, please help us recognize tonight's Sign Shop Special Service member, Technical Sergeant Eric Mathias. Air Force veteran, served for more than 20 years. He began his career as a bomb loader on F-4 aircraft, later served as a weapons systems instructor on F-16s, and went on to retrain as an air traffic controller, supporting operations during Desert Shield and Desert Storm. Throughout his career, Tech Sergeant Mathias served in locations including Florida, Texas, Republic of South Korea, Oklahoma, Mississippi, California, Alaska, and Arizona. Originally from Gas City, Indiana, he currently resides in Rockwall, Texas. Thunderbird fans, please join us in thanking Technical Sergeant Eric Pregame. The Twin City Thunderbirds ask that you remain standing and remove your caps for tonight's performance of the national anthem, brought to you by the American Elevator Company. Perform tonight, Raymond and Kim Larkin. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran buried the most bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? Looks like fans, don't forget it's Teddy Bear Toss Night. So if you got a teddy bear, get ready, get it close, and be prepared to let it fly when the puck hits the back of the net. Thank you for helping spread some holiday cheer and make a difference tonight. Go Thunderbirds!
And with that, everyone, we are ready to go for the Pine Tree Tavern first period. And we thank you for tuning in here on the broadcast, looking for another good performance from the Thunderbirds. They've been hot this week with back-to-back wins over the Bobcats. We'll see if they can do it again. A New Year's Eve win in a high-scoring game, more of a low-scoring affair last night. 18 penalties in total between these two rivals. I think we'll see a few tonight. Sit back and enjoy it, and thanks for making the Twin City Thunderbirds part of your evening. This Saturday night showdown, Teddy Bear Toss Night 2026 is underway. Bobcats pull it back into the defensive zone immediately. Then Roman Kramer looking to throw a check in the neutral zone. Back behind the goal, played by Kennedy. Now to the near side. It's Troy Harwell, and then Zach White, who took a bump, moves it to Corey Cunningham. Cunningham puts himself in good position. He's run into. And we'll look to locate it. There's White throwing a hit. And the crowd comes to life here early. They'll zip it down the rink. Back in behind the goal of Boris Babick. Thunderbirds move right to left in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Controlled by Joe Kennedy. And it's thrown out towards the neutral zone. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can find it from there. Back and forth they'll go with it. Now it's taken aside by the Bobcats. Stuckless has it near side and throws it well wide of the goal of Boris Babick. And it's off the end wall. Out to the red line at center. Found by Blue Ridge. They look to move it ahead. Taken away by Yuri Pastuka. Finds a pass up to Gus Ford. And they'll call this back from the blue line. Well, it's pretty loud in here already, and didn't hear that whistle, so they'll halt the play there just along the blue line. They'll have a face-off outside of the Thunderbirds' attacking area. Still waiting for the first shot of the night. And there we go as we're back. Cade Handley zips it across to Josh LaBelle. Good to see LaBelle back in the lineup after he missed time last night. Threw it in on goal there, and Anthony Schrum looks on. Schrum wears number 83. And it's up to Stuckless. Stuckless as they send the pass high in the zone, nearly taken away. And then the second chance, they will steal it with John Butita. He flips it ahead. Down the rink it goes. And it's found here by Boris Babick, and this will be called back for an icing, and then they decide to waive it off. So already some communication issues going on as they decide to waive off the icing. I think they'll bring the face-off out to the logo at center. 18:29 left to go in our Pine Tree Tavern first period. They're the only game going on so far tonight with the early 6:05 start, but as we always do, we'll keep you updated on scores from around the league as the game progresses. Farmer flipped it all the way across to find Don Carter. Carter flips it ahead. And the Thunderbirds will look for it here in the attacking area. A center out in front from Josh Keplinger. Back down the rink. Boris Babick backs up and he slides a pass along to Dion Demke. Back behind the net. Demke sets up from there. And we played 2 minutes in the Pine Tree Tavern first period tonight. And it's a quick pass over to Farmer. Farmer out towards center. Far side, he'll step on side, create some space, and he goes down in the corner. Pressure to him, down behind the goal line. Found by the Bobcats from a turnover. They'll look to drag it from the defensive zone. They missed the pass here, and it goes back in behind the goal. That was Milan Beresko who was looking for it. It's found by Demke. Dion Demke has plenty of room, swings a pass way down the rink, and the Thunderbirds will miss the pass, and they will be called for an icing. So this will come back to face off to the defensive zone. 4-2 the win for the Thunderbirds last night. John Butita at 3:30 of the first period. Gus Ford and Yuri Pastuka at 11:06 and 13:30 of the second period. And Gus Ford into an empty net at 18:39 of last night's third period. Those were the scoring plays from the face-off. Shot in on goal, and that one I think glanced off maybe the outside of the net. Heard a pinging sound, and Boris Babick looked at his stick. He's still looking at it. I think that barely glanced off the goal stick of Boris Babick. And so it remains scoreless here in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Over the blue line, they'll call this back, and we'll have another stoppage. So I mentioned it was a 4-2 win back on Wednesday. Or back last night, 7-3 back on Wednesday on New Year's Eve. And a little bit of a different game last night with that 4-2 finish. Well, a pretty entertaining hockey game. Thunderbirds won their first game against the Bobcats this season on November the 15th, right here in this building. Final score that night was 3-1. Carson Andrioli, long shot through a screen, goes wide of the goal. Blue Ridge won the first two in this season series, 12 games. 5-1 on October the 24th, 6-3, and they fire and score here off a turnover, and it's 1-0. 16:47 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period, and the Bobcats are on the board first. And so we'll see the Thunderbirds try to regroup here. After that giveaway, that creates a goal. So we'll have the face-off at center ice in the 5-on-5. That's the first shot of the night for either team. That finds its way into the back of the goal. Face-off the logo at center. It's Danny Martin at 3:13. Even strength scoring play. Thunderbirds couldn't handle it from the defensive zone. And that led to that opportunity. So Blue Ridge capitalizes. And Twin City plays from behind. Far side of the building. Thunderbirds applying some pressure. Here's Hanley. Hanley holding on to it, fires ahead. Anthony Schrum, he's in the goal tonight for the Bobcats. They play it around the boards. They turn it over. Pastuka's to it, and it goes to Ford. Now we'll see Butita find Pastuka, and on goal, shut down by Schrum. That's the Thunderbirds' first shot of the night. They're down by 1. Filip Palavic onside, finds Stuckless, goes back behind him, gave it away to Gus Ford. Cade Hanley takes a look to see what's up the ice, and he'll this time just fire ahead. And go off on a change. Pastuka's changing, Hanley as well. Butita looks to steal it. Bobcats with speed in from center. Here they come, looking to take a 2-goal lead. They fire a sharp angle shot there, and Boris Babick with a nice save on it. They'll battle for it back behind the net of Babick. And it goes the far side. Don Carter looks for it at center. Back the other way and grabbed and played by Daniel Klinicki. Out to center. They'll bump it ahead. from Jacob Volk. And it's back behind the net for Don Carter. Carter finds it all the way to center after they moved it out. Here's Mike Kosis. Kosis with his second game of the team here on the weekend. Was just added to the roster yesterday and made his debut last night. Now we got pushing and shoving after this icing whistle. And so the Bobcats have responded after dropping the first two games. They find a way to get on the scoreboard first here tonight. And now we'll see what the answer is from the Thunderbirds. Out-of-town scoreboard report in the NFL. The Panthers are trailing the Buccaneers 13-7 with 8:05 left to go in the third quarter of that game. Bobcats out towards the center ice red line. There's a hit from Farmer, and he got two of them. Farmer ran over Volk, and then he knocked over another Bobcat in the process. What a jolt there. Cunningham finds Keeley as Twin City steps onside. Keeley gets tied up. Cunningham and on goal. Rebounds there. The far side post. They try to tie the game, and it was shut down. Carter's run in too. Keeley finds it. Tries to go back to Cunningham. Corey Cunningham sends a pass up high, but no one's there. Across the ring, and back down he goes. Shots are now 3-2, favoring the Thunderbirds. Their third shot went in last night as they took the lead 1-0. And it was also a 3-2 shot advantage at that point. But tonight, the first shot of the night goes in for the Bobcats, and they lead this game by a goal. Almost 6 minutes gone by in the Pine Tree Tavern first period on Teddy Bear Toss night as LaBelle finds Kramer, and he's looking for a pass to Zach White. Josh LaBelle holds the zone. Fires ahead, back in behind the goal. White off the backhand. Roman Kramer in front of him. Goes to Cunningham. Tries to turn and fire one. And a tie up there. They'll battle for it. And taken aside and controlled by the Bobcats. Out through center. Josh LaBelle turns and sees what's back behind him. He's run into, stays on his skates, and a penalty called on that collision. We have 13:42 left to play in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. It's our opening media timeout of the night, and a penalty called to Carson Andrioli. When we come back, the Thunderbirds will try to tie the game on a power play.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Two pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate. Two pillows, endless possibilities.
$13:42 left to play in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Offense's own face-off here on the power play for the Thunderbirds, and we're back as they look to find it in the far side corner. Here's Josh LaBelle, loads up, doesn't shoot. Near side, Kramer's open, in front they go, and a penalty called, and it looks like it's going to be Josh LaBelle. And so that will negate the power play. That took 10 seconds. And let's see, it will be Keeley. I thought the official pointed at LaBelle, but they're going to take Keeley over to the box here, and that's it for the power play. 10 seconds gone by, penalty taken in the offensive zone of the power play from Keeley. And we'll play 4-on-4 hockey. And they'll announce it now. Thunderbirds power play 15.5% on the season. Their penalty kills at 70.8. Power play for the Bobcats, 25% and 78.1 on the kill. So we're playing even strength hockey 4-on-4. Thunderbirds scored a 4-on-4 goal last night. And we'll see if they can find one here. White, good pass to find Roman Kramer. In front, way across, and trying to hook up with Joe Kennedy there. It's taken away defensively, though, as the Bobcats found a stick on the far side to break up the play. Got 13:06 left to go in the first period. Bobcats onside, Stuckless, and it's blocked. Kennedy got in the way of it. 3-on-2 in from center. Here we go. LaBelle carries it, finds Kramer. Kramer shoots one. Save made by Anthony Schrum. He falls on it with 12:51 left to play in the first period. We've got 1:09 left to go on the original penalty. That was on the board and created this brief power play for the Thunderbirds. Of course, now we've got the 4-on-4. The first penalty was Carson Andrioli, 6:18, and then slashing call to Nate Keeley at 6:28. Gus Ford readies, has Farmer back behind him, tries to chop it to him. They'll battle for it, but it's possessed by Blue Ridge. And Philip Palavic swings it across the rink on the pass. And a long shot there from Damon Ferrusa that's dealt with by Boris Babic. Briefly wasn't sure where it was, but they were trying to clean up the rebound back behind him. Thunderbirds are to it here with Yuri Pestuka. Pestuka between the circles. He skates out to center, then he turns, curls back, swings it along to James Farmer. Out to Pestuka, now it's Cunningham. Here's Corey Cunningham, zips it wide of the net, looks for a rebound, and in front they get one in on goal, and a save made by Schrum. A takedown on Cunningham in front of the net. And now there's just 29 seconds left on the penalty to Carson Andrioli. 40 seconds left on the call to Nate Keeley as we play 4-on-4 hockey. Thunderbirds fans, the official chiropractor of the Twin City Thunderbirds is Dr. Dirk Willard with Total Health Chiropractic. If you're hurt, call Dr. Dirk at 336-705-5537. You can also visit YouHurtCallDrDirk.com. Offensive and face-off victory. Hanley has it now. LaBelle loads up, fires a shot block though. Roman Kramer, he pulls it all the way out to the neutral zone. So now he skates back, and they're playing this almost like 3-on-3 overtime. So he went back, and he gave to Hanley. They try to find a play across, and what would have been a 1-on-1 with Zach White against Daniel Klinicki, but that was broken up. We'll have a very brief Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill here, and that's coming up now as Andrioli's on the ice again. So Carson Andrioli's out of the box. Thunderbirds zip it down the rink. And just like that, that's it for the power play. Keeley's out of the box. A successful Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill, although it was only 10 seconds. Turnover here, it's in on goal, and they fire and score. And that one was taken away from Keeley, and the light went off, and they pointed. It's up under Babic, though, and let's see what happened here. They're going to look at this with 11:23 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Let's see what happened. It looked like the light went on and they pointed, and celebrating was Dustin Jusseau, and then as quickly as that happened, they sort of stopped, and this may have not gone in. They announced the review, and let's see again what they come up with here. I believe it's the same crew that we had officiating the game last night. And so it looked like that one went through Kennedy, and then Keeley rather, and then underneath Babic. They've not put the goal on the board, but they turned the light on. And it looked to me that they were pretty satisfied that went in, but then Babic was acting as if it didn't cross behind him. So this is either going to remain a 1-0 deficit for the Thunderbirds, or it's going to be 2 goals that they're down by here in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. And it's no goal. They've confirmed that. All right, so they confirm no goal on that play down the rink. They said it did not cross the line, which was nearly impossible for us to see from this angle. And that was right at the expiration, really, of the penalty kill. They had it killed off for a few seconds. And it was Harwell rather than Keeley, by the way, that they took it away from. So it was Harwell that sort of was given away. Here's a long shot that Babick will deal with as he saves this one right after the offensive end face-off that followed the review and the no goal. We're back here with the Bobcats searching for it. Thunderbirds down by a goal. Here's a blocked shot. It's up and out. And another quick stoppage here in the game. Offensive zone face-off again. That was a very strange sequence to get on that goal. I've played it back a couple of times up here in the press box, and it definitely went underneath Babick, but that's where the progress was stopped. So I think maybe it hit him in the skate as he had his legs shut together trying to stop the momentum. 9 minutes gone by in the first period. Thunderbirds down by a goal here on Teddy Bear Toss Night 2026. Kendall Grayson with you as always. They'll throw one out in front here. The Bobcats looking for it. Gallagher let it go. Andrioli played. And across the rink it goes here. So now it's played by the captain, John Butita, out towards the center ice red line. And we'll see if Kennedy can find it and play it ahead. Taken back by the Bobcats and right back for the Thunderbirds. Harwell had Kennedy go back and play it in the defensive end. And now this goes down the ring for Andrioli to find it. So it's 1-0 for the visitors. Danny Martin at 3:13, the time of the scoring play. They'll snap it up through the neutral zone. Blue Ridge onside again. Down to the near side corner. Back behind the net. And they'll battle for it from there. Thunderbirds find it. They miss the pass near side to Farmer. Farmer tried to play out to center that Twin City could not connect on. And that'll send us to the media timeout. 9:46 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Each team with 5 shots, but it's the Bobcats leading by 1.
Best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwynn Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwynn Services. One call does it all.
Every car gets warning lights, but did you know the color actually means something too? Red indicates an issue that requires immediate attention. Orange indicates a less urgent issue, like a vehicle service requirement. Blue and green give you information on lights and indicators. The more you know with Flow.
And welcome back following the media timeout. Defensive zone face-off for the Thunderbirds and Keeley. Nate Keeley drops it down behind the goal line. Twin City will fight for possession from there. Goes back to the near side. We'll see Farmer dig it free. Then he slings a pass up to Josh Keplinger. He finds Nate Keeley in stride. Keeley back to Keplinger and on goal. Shut down by Anthony Schramm. What a story that would have been for Josh Keplinger to score the Teddy Bear toss goal in just his second game out of retirement this season. Good look there on net. And That was the 6th shot of the night for the Thunderbirds. 3rd game of this 5-game homestand. Face off one away here from White. Out to center, Demke looks over his shoulder, tries to play it ahead, and then Stuckless jumps in there looking to take it away. It's Cunningham. Swings a pass to Josh LaBelle. He's open through center. They'll find Zach White with it. Numbers down low, and they push it all the way around the zone. Held onside, though, by Dion Demke. Swings a pass, finds Kramer up top, LaBelle. Josh LaBelle faked his drive, and then they'll look to chase it down on the near side again, just along the half wall, side of the circle, found by Cunningham. White crashing towards the front of the goal, and then Kramer sent it up top to LaBelle. Now Dion Demke in front, looking for a friendly bounce, nearly had it. Goes off the skate of LaBelle, then he looks to hold his own through pressure. It's out to center. 8 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in the Pine Tree Tavern first period tonight. Saturday night hockey here live in Winston-Salem. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see if the Thunderbirds can score the next goal to tie the game and to set off the teddy bear toss sequence. Bobcats holding on to it behind the net, looking to play out towards center. Back behind the goal still, and they're not moving it. And they seem pretty content to just stand there. Now they'll move it out, and they'll turn it over immediately. So Joe Kennedy's to it here in the neutral zone. Flips it off the boards in front of the Thunderbirds bench. And here come the Bobcats onside. Near side chance. It's blocked and then swept away by Joe Kennedy. They'll fight for it here from the near side. Butita pushes it high in the zone. Good block there from Ford. It dribbles slowly out in front of the goal there. Harwell moves to Bastuka and then Kennedy. Kennedy to Butita. Here comes John Butita. Gets around one man. Tries to center there after he had Andreoli beat. Ford centers, and they fail on the shot there from Kennedy. 7.5 to play in the period. Bobcats crossing onside. Far side circle with a chance there. Dustin Gisso was looking for it. Gus Ford takes it away. Now it's Troy Harwell. Here he comes. Harwell waiting. Shoots a long one. Stick save made by Anthony Schrum. From the side of the circle. Up top it goes. And one-timer goes just wide of the net off the glass. Takes a big lively bounce. And controlled by the Bobcats. And they give it away. It's Michael Kosis with it, taken aside and moved down the ice. Under 7 minutes left to go. And period number 1. Shots are 7-5, favoring the Thunderbirds. They trail by 1. Here comes Keplinger, loads up, and he fires one wide off a deflection. Tries it again from a sharp angle, and it finds its way to the stick of James Farmer. Now to look to possess the puck. Far side circle. They try to center it back to Keplinger from Kennedy. Keplinger steals in front of score! It's the teddy bear toss, and here they come. And as the Bears continue to fly, we thank everyone for participating once again in this annual tradition. These teddy bears are all going to be donated to first responders around the community. As we see the trucks out on the ice to help with the cleanup efforts, we like to thank our sponsors and partners at Flow for providing the vehicles for this, and the cleanup efforts will continue. And so everyone empties over the bench, support staff out there as well, and the Bears continue to fly here, and this will take some time, but that's all right. We love doing this each and every season. Many teams do this across the hockey world, and it is a great tradition for a great cause. around the holiday season every year. And we'll stay with you live during these cleanup efforts. I think I mentioned live it was Kennedy who swung the pass. Of course, it was Keeley. And in it goes from Josh Keplinger. And so Keplinger at 13:37 of the Pine Tree Tavern first period scores this goal that will be very memorable for him. Of course, memorable for the organization doing this every year. And they had a chance with Kennedy moments prior as he fanned on a pass, or fanned on a shot from a good play down from behind the goal line. Play went to our right, and as the Thunderbirds were able to move it into the attacking area, which of course is to our left in the first period, but it was taken away there from the Bobcats, and Keplinger was able to jam it home in front of the net. Keeley was down behind the goal line as he gets the assist on the play. Farmer had thrown it down there. And great job by Keplinger to locate the puck behind the goal after Keeley sort of bumped it back there to him. And it was a one-on-two battle from behind the net that Keplinger got to. And in it goes. So it's Josh Keplinger's first goal of the season. It's goal number 62 in his FPHL career. And this is his 107th game in the league. And he continues, of course, to help out with the cleanup efforts following the Teddy Bear toss goal here in 2026. It was the 8th shot of the game for the Thunderbirds. We see staff members out there assisting in the efforts. A good crowd on hand tonight as well. Nearly sold out on Wednesday for the New Year's Eve game, and the fans that have participated in this tradition, they will come to some applause and salute the players, and they need to pat themselves on the back and salute themselves as well for helping us with this teddy bear toss. And in just a few moments, we will get back to playing, but certainly a great cause and a good reason for stopping this game and holding things up for a few minutes. Thunderbird staff, they were ready. They had the tarps ready to go, and we've got 2 trucks that are out on the ice, and the pickup beds of each are completely full with teddy bears, and they're still dragging the tarp off that's collected mini bears as well. But again, we'd like to thank our longtime partners, Flow, for providing the vehicles tonight. All right, so we are nearly ready to get going again as they'll announce the goal. So we got 6:23 left to go here in the Pine Tree Tavern first period, a tie game at 1. Bobcats jump on the board first, and the Thunderbirds strike back to tie this game. We had 18 penalties between these two teams last night. So far, just 1 for each team this evening. And it's Keplinger from Keeley at 13:37, the teddy bear toss goal.
Correction on that goal. That was scored by number 28, Josh Keplinger.
And there's the announcement for Keplinger, and he gets his moment. Nicely done, and we're back playing again. Bobcats will move it in from the neutral zone. They'll flip to the far side corner, and we'll see Hanley chase after it. Couldn't control it, though. Forrest Babbitt's got the paddle on the ice, trying to block any pass that could go across through the zone. It's in on him there, but he watches it go to the far side corner, and the Thunderbirds will fight for possession. Found by Daniel Klennicke. Out towards center, Mercurio swings the pass, and here comes Blue Ridge again. And they cross illegally offside. Shots are 8-6, favoring the Thunderbirds. We got 5:48 left to go. And period number 1. Well, we're still the only game around the league going on with our 6:05 start time, so we may be picking up some extra viewers that are just interested in watching this one, and we thank you for tuning in and watching the teddy bear toss goal there. Bobcats have it onside. They fire a quick shot wide of the net, and that was from Dustin Gisso. So it goes wide, and the Thunderbirds will look to collect it, and they will. See if they can take the lead now. Butita back behind the goal. They'll try to find it with Butita, and it goes out in front, collected, and nearly moved out of the zone, and now it will be, but it's intercepted by Butita. And now Joe Kennedy swings it to Josh LaBelle. Here's Kennedy, flips it ahead to LaBelle, and LaBelle in from center ice will drive it forward. Into the near side corner. In front, Thunderbirds had a play on it, and going down was Ford. He stands back up. Here's Hlavik, nearly gave it away. Now Butita will jump in and intercept. John Butita, now with Gus Ford. And Ford lost the handle. You hear his frustration as he slams his stick along the board. And then he jumps in and steals it. Ford, slap shot, goes wide of the goal. Thunderbirds will search for possession here. But it's out towards center and then moved ahead by the Bobcats. We have 4:27 left to play in the Pine Tree Tavern first period on this Saturday night. First Saturday night home game. First Saturday night game overall in 2026. And down low in the corner with Demke looking for it. Found by Keeley. And then right into the catching glove. Shot in on Babbitt. He's got it. 4:05 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Immediate timeout as Josh Keplinger has tied the game with a teddy bear toss goal. 1-1. We'll be right back.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids.
Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from like this century.
Yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
One game as we return from the final media timeout to the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Josh Keplinger, first of the year at 13:37. Teddy bear toss goal. Bobcats win the faceoff. They fire ahead. It's blocked by Michael Kosis. Shot from Daniel Klennicke. Now it's Stuckless to play to Kozarev, who sends it back up top, but they'll pick it off. It's off the glass, and the Thunderbirds look to chase it down. Nate Keeley races to it, applies some pressure, but Blue Ridge moves it away. Nearly stolen. As Roman Kramer's out there, Don Carter looking to take it back. Out to the red line at center ice. Shots are 8-7, still favoring the Thunderbirds. It's grabbed and played ahead by Carter. Swings a pass to find Kramer. Roman Kramer jumps onside with it. Bit of a drag move, and then another one here. Frees himself behind the goal. Can he find a friend to pass to? He'll curl. Tries to move it across the zone. Pass attempt was blocked. finds James Farmer. Long shot blocked high in the zone by Nick Stuckless. Cunningham looking for it. Here's White with it. Across they go. Kramer in front. They fire it on goal. Save made somehow by Anthony Schrum. Nearly a 2-1 game. Thunderbirds create a turnover. Kramer, slap shot, well wide of the net. Penalty's called. It'll go against Blue Ridge. Farmer holding on to it. Cunningham waits, shoots one, rebounds there, and it's possessed by the Bobcats. And a power play is on the way for the Thunderbirds. Cunningham did a great job to strip that puck and steal it and move it quickly to Roman Kramer. And a hooking minor called to Daniel Klinicki. And so 2 minutes on the board to his number 7. And we'll see the Thunderbirds go to work once again here on the power play. They are 0 for 1 tonight. Hooking at 17-20. Offensive end face-off. Thunderbirds will win possession. LaBelle near side to Kramer in front of the tip and shut down by Schrum on the doorstep. So we have 8 seconds that have elapsed off the penalty. Nate Keeley out there on the power play. Gus Ford, Roman Kramer, Zach White, Josh LaBelle. LaBelle jumps in looking to possess it here. He's got it. LaBelle stretches it across. Gus Ford in front they go, and the one-timer from Keeley went wide of the net. He got it with the heel of the stick. Otherwise, I think that would have gone in. Net was open, and he had himself set up perfectly. Got a good pass as well. Thunderbirds have to go back and pick it up. They'll find it. Kramer, White, across. Here's Ford. Gus Ford near side, and this goes through the legs of LaBelle. LaBelle's back to it, though. In front, and a tip brings it high in the air, but not out. So they'll continue to work in the far side. Under 2 minutes left to play in the first period. Stolen away by the Bobcats. And they'll zip it down the rink. Halfway gone by on the power play. Shots are 11-7. 1 minute left to go in the power play. 1:38 left to go in the first period. Tie game at 1. Thunderbirds try to take the lead here on the man advantage. Pestuka jumped over the blue line with it, then he lost it. And Babbitt's got to come out and play it here as the Bobcats cleared it. Mercurio was applying some pressure. Babbitt zipped it right up to Cunningham. Boris Babbitt got a secondary assist on a goal scored last night. Multiple-point season offensively for the goaltender. Not the first time he's had an assist this year. That was on Pestuka's goal in the second period. Cunningham in front, wrap chance, far side post, and the Thunderbirds still with it here. Cunningham, and they blow this down. And they're going to call interference. It's an interference minor with just under 1 minute left to go in the first period, and it's Don Carter. And so 19 seconds left on a 4-on-4. It's the second time in this first period that we've seen the Thunderbirds take a penalty in the offensive zone on the power play. Interference at 19:01. From the face-off. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can locate it. It's back in behind the net. Joe Kennedy in a one-on-one. And he'll find it, has room. They can't clear it without the penalty of icing, though, as it's even strength 4-on-4. Kennedy sees a lane to fire, and they land the pass. It's Zach White in, fakes, drives it towards the net, and a save made by Schrum. Schrum got it with the pad. Thunderbirds get it again, and they try to work it around the zone with Zach White. What a chance there. Half a minute to play in the first period. You could see that developing a long way. And I knew if they moved it out there in the direction of White, he was going to have a chance there. And he certainly did. He's denied, and Schrum makes a save on him. Just 13 seconds now left to go in the period. Thunderbirds are on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill now. As Blue Ridge skates it through center. Just so, drops it back. Slap shot goes wide as Babbitt plays it, and that's it for the first period. There will be 1 minute and 2 seconds of power play time that will carry over into our Flow second period. Danny Martin gave the Bobcats the lead at 3:13. Josh Keplinger answers back with a teddy bear toss goal. We are tied 1-1 after one. We hope you enjoy the intermission programming. We'll be right back here on Teddy Bear Toss Night 2026. Tie game 1-1.
Flow Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pinebrook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Oh, great. We got an audience.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. Welcome back, Thunderbirds fans. This week on Cup of Joe, we have LJ Holland. And obviously today, from you can see on the table, we have a different spread here. Coffee's probably not the best thing for a kid. So we're mixing it up with some hot cocoa today.
Yeah.
You know, get in there. How are you doing, LJ?
Fine, I guess.
Speak up.
Well, yeah, fine.
You're doing fine?
Yeah.
You've been around here long enough where you should be comfortable.
Yeah.
You're not doing so hot right now. This is not gonna make it that long if you keep doing this.
Oh yeah.
Come on. What do you got? What do you got for us?
Well, I don't know. I'm just going along with you.
You're just going along with the flow.
Yeah.
You don't like the hot chocolate?
I mean, yeah.
What about the s'mores today? We're gonna get some s'mores going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That whole bag's gonna be gone.
If you're gonna eat all the marshmallows, be my guest, buddy, because I am not. I'm having one s'more. I'm on a diet. That's all you got? How old are you? 12, 13? 10. Oof. It looks like this is your first time opening up a hot chocolate packet. I thought I read the directions for this, so we're going to see how this goes.
Yeah, let's see.
This could be a problem.
Yeah, we might have to cut video for this.
I don't know. The producers definitely suggested not to do this, but we're gonna.
Let's do it anyway.
We're gonna figure it out. I don't know. I gotta.
We need a can opener.
We probably do, but. Let's see. I wonder if I have my keys. Does anybody have keys? Oh, here we go. Keys will pop this off. Thank you. Which one's the least favorite key here? Your mailbox key. All it said was shake and light, so... Okay, here we go. That doesn't look good.
No, it does not.
But we're gonna...
I'm just gonna...
All right, let's see. Oh, hey, there we go. Hey. Look at that. All right. Dig in here. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the keys. Yeah. So, LJ, you said you're 10 years old. You've been pretty much a Thunderbirds fan since birth.
Yes.
What is that like? Because I've only been around for a fraction of my life for the Thunderbirds. You've been here for your entire life.
Yeah, my whole family has, really.
Really?
Yeah, like literally my whole family. Like my grandparents, they took I'm pretty sure to my mom in those same seats that we sit in.
She did say something about being born here.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna die here too.
Are you kidding me? You had to say that.
Well, I mean, if you're born, it might as well complete the circle of life, right?
Oh, that's true. Circle, yeah.
I mean, what else here? Let's see. How do you like the marshmallows? Why are you struggling with those?
Because I'm going slow, so I don't break them.
Make sure you don't light the marshmallow on fire.
That's what you're supposed to do.
No, not on fire though. We got to keep the office intact. We need an arena here. You know what? I'm actually gonna I'm gonna stir up my chocolate here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, out of all the years that you've been a Thunderbirds fan, what's been some of your favorite memories?
Honestly.
Yo, this fire is pretty nice though.
For real.
That's pretty honest.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say, probably being able to like to meet the guys and like actually see their sense of humor and like.
Who's been the funniest person you've met so far?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to.
You have to be honest. If you're not being honest, what are we doing? Whoa.
That did not sound good.
That's okay. We'll keep going with
I'm
it.
gonna have to say Whitey.
Whitey?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you first meet Whitey? Because Whitey's been around here and there for years now, as we've seen in the last episode.
I'm pretty sure it because like I don't know really because like I could have met him whenever I was younger and I could have just forgot. That does not sound good.
Maybe we'll just take a step back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No. The fire is all right. It's fine. We'll be okay. Yeah, here you get some chocolate. I need some graham crackers here. So Whitey's the funniest, huh?
Honestly, yeah, he
Is
plays.
it because he's consistently funny, or?
Yes, One time we were going and we were about to leave. I was about to leave with my mom. He jumped into my car and like pushed me over the seats and shoved me in the very back.
Where were you guys going?
We were heading out just to go home.
And so he went home with you?
No, he just randomly just hopped in our car. And then he just pushed me to the ground and then he got out.
There's actually some good hot chocolate. You should try it.
Really?
You got to get a marshmallow in there. You know who would really like this fire?
Who?
Lisa.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it's too cold in here half the time.
Well, it is an ice rink.
That's true. That's a good point. I forget that sometimes. I don't want that. That's too much.
It's chocolate.
I'm saving more for you. So what other stories you got for us throughout the years here? Because that's a lot.
Oh, don't put it on fire.
I like a little burnt, just a little.
Where's the stick?
You're distracted, huh?
Not really.
Well, I asked you a question. You haven't answered it.
Well, I have one of my favorite things to do here is probably to like skate because like I've been doing it since I was a kid.
But you're not playing this year.
The only reason I'm not playing is because my mom doesn't have time to get me here.
Because she's here all the time, huh?
Yeah. And my dad has to work.
That's true. I can see that.
So
I'm going to wait for you to build yours.
Yeah.
You usually skate after the games on Saturdays, though?
Oh, yeah, always. The only time I can't is whenever I, like, literally forget.
How do you forget your skates when it's only once a week?
I don't know. It just happens.
I understand. Nice job. You know what we don't have? We don't have napkins. It's okay. Don't make a mess.
Oh.
You're making a mess.
I know.
Here, let me help you out. Here you go. Pull. There.
Right, okay.
Now I'm stuck.
It's better now.
What do you normally do during the games? Because I know you're not in your seats.
I mean, in game time, like whenever you watch.
You're not in your seats. I know.
I am.
I walk around every game.
No, my dad. The only time I do that is whenever I'm going out for Chuck Puck.
You sound pretty defensive.
Because my dad won't let me leave my seats.
All right. Well, I was going to say cheers. But
I kind of have to fix mine.
Yeah, yours is all messed up. I'm going to take a bite, though.
Okay, me too. It just tastes weird because, like, it feels weird and tastes weird because, like, it's not getting cooked over, like.
Office s'mores are kind of weird.
Yeah?
Yeah. But you know what? We tried, though. That's all that counts.
I mean, it's still s'mores.
That's true. The hot chocolate, though, is good, though.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this year, LJ? With all the changes that's gone on? What are some of your thoughts?
I think we can make it a playoffs, but, like, it's a 50-50. It's really a 50-50 chance. You never know. It's a 50-50 chance. You never know. We might pop back up and get in first place in our division, or you never know. We might just stay down.
What an analysis.
Yeah.
I wasn't even just talking about that. I was talking about all the changes around the arena and everything.
I mean, it's technically the same for me. Like, nothing like.
Oh yeah, I forgot because you don't have to go buy stuff. You don't have to see different things.
Well, actually, I
lucky.
do have to buy stuff now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
because
buy?
of concessions.
Oh.
I used to never have to pay for food.
Really?
Gavin would give me just food. Like one time he gave me like 2 cheeseburgers and 2 fries.
Wow. Yeah, times have changed.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I wish I got some cheeseburgers and fries for free.
And some ketchup.
Chick-fil-A was...
Oh, yeah, that was the best part.
Oh, yeah. How's the hot chocolate?
It's better now that I can actually drink it.
What's with the attitude?
Because it was hot.
It was warm.
It was hot.
Okay. Jeez, sorry. I don't think I really have too much more for you, LJ. What else would you like to talk about today? What's going on at school?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, let's hear about that. I know we can't get into too many stories about at home. Hannah's not going to like that.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty straight. Only thing on my record, I have 2 write-ups and 1 suspension.
For what?
What? They cannot get mad at me because I was protecting my mom.
Oh.
The only reason I got a suspension, he was talking about my mama, and I told him to stop, and he didn't listen, so I punished him.
You've been hanging around the hockey rink a little too much, huh?
No, I mean, he hit me first.
Oh, so you're defending yourself.
Yeah, and my mom. It was like, you're always supposed to protect your mom.
It's very good, LJ. It's very good. But try to stay out of trouble.
I'll try. As you welcome me to all this junk food.
All this junk food, you get what? 1 thing of hot chocolate and 1 s'more.
Oh, I'm going to have another s'more.
Oh, you're going to have another one?
Yeah.
Well, then that's on you.
Was it good?
It was not as good as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
But, you know what? It's not about how good the food is. It's the company you're with when you.
Yeah, that's true.
So thanks, LJ, for coming on. Thunderbirds fans, that's all we got for today.
Yes.
We'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.
Now time for our question from the fans segment. We got some good ones per usual, but the first one here, this one is for you, Don. It says, what does Don Carter Sr. do, and was he also in sports like you are?
Well, Don Carter Sr. currently is retired. He sleeps until, I kid you not, 2 p.m. every day.
Me and him would get along.
Yeah, he currently is still a pastor right now at our home church, but he was working for Chevron as an accountant, the oil company. But he like, if he was here, he would tell you that he was an athlete. He did everything. He actually owned his own martial arts studio he's from Louisville, Kentucky, and did I don't know, every art under the sun. So, yeah, a little bit of an athlete. My mom also was, I think my mom truly was the athlete of the family, like multi-sport in high school and whatnot. So I think she would truly be, you know, the one to I guess you could say, gave me my athletic prowess.
Do you have any siblings?
I have a younger brother. 2 years younger. Actually just got married last April.
Good. Next question says, when did you start skating?
So my story is a little unique. I started playing roller hockey when I was 4 or 5. California, like not a lot of ice, but we had like old roller disco rinks everywhere, and so that's how I got my start. And I didn't jump to ice until I was like 16 years old. So super late, but fortunately had a great coach that Harry actually knows, Derek, and he kind of took me under his wing, taught me how to skate and how to play the game of ice hockey, so to speak, and it's been from there.
You talk about a small world. We were talking when he was trying to come here, and we were talking there, and I just said, you wouldn't happen to know Derek Eisler, would you? And he goes, yeah, he was my coach. And I was like, so I knew Derek when I was with the Sharks, and he was working with the Sharks, and we did hockey schools together and everything like that. And I probably haven't seen him in, 20 years or something like that now, but that's how small the world is. Like, as I said, all of a sudden, as soon as I mentioned his name, he started laughing like that. So yeah, it was good to hear.
I think when you called me that particular day, I was literally on my way to work a camp for him. Yeah,
to work for him. So.
That's wow. Okay. Next question says, who would you not want to room with on the road?
I mean, I've had pretty good roommates. This past weekend, I was with Farmer, and I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, he's a tidy guy. Like, he's just unique. Like, he has some quirky sayings, some mannerisms, but I don't know. Like, I wouldn't really say I don't have anybody. I mean, if anybody, I would probably say, like, Snop. But he just snores so loud. I'm just like, I couldn't do it.
And to come to your defense, we've been doing this question since I've got here, and probably I think we're at 100%. Probably I don't know. We might have had one off, but anytime that question's asked, it's Schnapp.
Yeah.
And so, as I said, so I'm glad you came. I think we're still at 100%.
I think so too. Yeah. How do you like being in Winston-Salem? What do you like doing in your spare time? How's it been for you so far?
I like it. I wish it was a little warmer. California guy, I like warm weather. I have a whole suitcase just dedicated to shorts, so this has been a little unusual, but I'm a big coffee guy, so basically every day I try and go find like a new coffee shop or something like that. So also a huge foodie, so any restaurant, cafe, whatever, I'm probably looking for it. So
that California vibe, he's got. He likes that outdoor California vibe there.
This one says, what is your pregame routine? Do you have anything specific? Do you have to get there a certain time? Do you do anything before the game every night?
Nothing really. I get there 3 hours early, so extra hour just because I like it quiet. Just kind of walk around. I stretch the same way I stretch every day before practice, so nothing really crazy.
Okay. This one is, if the team had a reality TV show, who would be the star?
I mean, we could go back to Snop, Farmer. It all depends. If we're like trying to go like viral and have like a too hot to handle hit, I mean, those two would probably be on the docket, but.
Did you know that not changing your engine oil can result in engine failure? Regular oil changes can extend the life of your engine and reduce the risk of engine failure. Schedule your next oil change on the Flow Garage app. The more you know with Flow.
And welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey, thanks for tuning in. It's the Thunderbirds moving left to right. The Bobcats now moving right to left as we get things underway in the Flow second period. It's 1-1 after one. The Bobcats took the lead early on. Danny Martin at 3:13. And then Josh Keplinger answers back for the teddy bear toss goal that ties the game. They made a couple of scoring changes on the assists. They've gone back from giving one assist to Keeley, one assist to Kosas. Now they have both players listed, and I think that's the correct thing. I think this should be Keplinger from Keeley and then Kosas. They have it as Keplinger from Kosas and Keeley, but either way, the correct scoring information there. I think they have picked that up and made those changes during the break. So that's what it looks like. We'll be ready to go here for the Flow second period. And the face-off at center ice. We remind you that a penalty carrying over from Don Carter, and so the Thunderbirds are on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill to begin play here in this Flow second period. From the far side of the building, it's collected here from the Bobcats. They look to swing it around. They'll hold on to it here just along the center ice red line. They'll cross onside of the power play. Thunderbirds applying pressure with Keeley and Ford high in the zone. And then it goes to the far side of the building, and Blue Ridge unable to hold. So it's collected and found by the Bobcats with 25 seconds left on their power play. They'll zip it in front of the goal of Anthony Schrum. He looks on. There's a couple of sticks clashing with Farmer looking to take it away as the Bobcats will move it onside here. Far side circle here on the power play. Not much time left on it. 5 seconds. It's out to center, and Don Carter Jr. is standing, and he will soon rejoin his teammates. Now he does. It is a successful Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. Far side of the building for the Thunderbirds. They hold on to it here behind the net. And they'll look to play it out to the neutral zone with Kennedy. Roman Kramer searching for it. And it's Damon Ferrusa. Roman Kramer trying to step around a Bobcat. Stop to the blue line. Found here by Cunningham, but he gives it away. Look out, a chance. And getting back was Kennedy and Cunningham. They'll fire one, though, in on Babbitt, and he's got it. It's the 8th shot of the game for the Bobcats. Shots were 12-7 during the Pine Tree Tavern first period, favoring the home squad. No score between Danbury and PD. The only game that's going on other than ours that now has a score is Port Huron is leading Indiana 2-0 in the first period. Offensive zone face-off for the visitors. Look out in front, and it's gloved up by Babbitt. He stuck his goal stick out there to break up the play, and then he caught the puck as it was high in the air, and then it fell back down into his glove hand. As the weekend's Blinding Lights plays, and a shot goes in on Babbitt. Out-of-town scoreboard report. It's the Panthers and the Buccaneers. That game coming down to the end. Here's Butita back behind the net. There's a Ford, open in front, fires on a falling Schrum as he fell backwards. But I was about to say that it was the weekend, of course, that performed the halftime show. The last time the Super Bowl was in Tampa Bay, and we got the Panthers and the Buccaneers going down to the finish on ESPN and ABC. It's 16-14 favoring the Buccaneers. Bobcats looking for it here onside. As LaBelle finds it down beneath the goal line. Out to Pasuka, try to punch it across the zone. And it's collected again, this time by Butita. Shots are 13-9. And over the red line at center, Andrioli will look for it here. Hansen onside. Shut down as Hanley looks to flip it out towards the neutral zone. Gallagher plays ahead, goes across with a pass. Dustin Gisso looks to search for it. 17:05 left to play in the Flow second period. Josh LaBelle looks to play it. Back behind the net. Keeley takes a bump. Found by Keplinger. He's got the Thunderbirds' only goal tonight so far. Across the ice. A shot was deflected. High in the zone, Andrioli drags, shoots one through all types of traffic, and it goes behind the net. So that one just missed. They'll try it again from the right point. Long shot. It's underneath Babbitt. They look to chop in the rebound, and it goes high off the glass. And it's out to the neutral zone in the center ice logo. Onside. Good play there from Kosis. As Mike Kosis has an assist on the opening goal of the night here from Keplinger. It's his first point in his FPHL career. He played 7 games last year in the SPHL with Quad City. And got a point there, but the first one in this league. Just his second game with the organization. Here's Zach White. Fires a pass up to Josh LaBelle. LaBelle off the backhand, way across the zone. He'll find Cade Hanley. Back to the near side it goes. Here's LaBelle. Over to Hanley. Hanley back behind the net. Stick handling in this tie game at 1. Out to the red line. It's found by Corey Cunningham. Cunningham held up, and then he goes down on the near side corner. Out to center. As this one is blocked, and it goes the other way. As Joe Kennedy tries to find in the defensive end. Out to Zach White. Here he is onside. White holding on to it. And the near side looking to play it ahead. It goes to Kennedy. Across. Troy Harwell. Harwell fires ahead. Now it's up to Kennedy. Takes a look. He's got some room to shoot the puck here. And he'll throw it down low as he wants Roman Kramer to find it. Kramer finds Zach White. White pumps it high in the zone. Joe Kennedy. He's with it again. In front of the net. Looking for a tip from White. Goes wide. They center it. And it's taken aside by Damon Ferrusa. Turnover though. Roman Kramer has it. Down low. White trying to bat it out of midair. And it goes back behind the goal. What a play that was. Joe Kennedy. Long shot. Tipped just wide of the net. Pastuca had the opportunity there to look to give the Thunderbirds the lead. It's 1-1. 14:35 left to go in the Flow second period. I'd like to thank Flow for providing the vehicles that helped us clean up the Teddy Bears after the Teddy Bear toss. And the goal from Keplinger. Here's Pastuca onside looking for Ford. Ford looks up, goes across the zone, no one over there. And picked up and played by the Bobcats. 14-15 to play in the second period. Back and forth we go in this tie game at 1. Flipped out to center. Thunderbirds holding on to it. They look to go back with it. And picked off by the Bobcats. Could be trouble. And far side corner found here by Farmer. Not out of the zone. Bobcats holding on to it as they look to drop it back across. From the side of the circle, back and forth they go. Out-of-town scoreboard report in the NFL. Tampa Bay has defeated Carolina. Final score, 16-14. 13:37 left to go. Here in the Flow second period. Gallagher fires. This is well wide from the Bobcats. Michael Mercurio, he'll look for it across the zone. Big hit there from Farmer. Back behind the line. They center, they fire one. A diving player in front of the net. Dion Demke blocked it. Still onside for Blue Ridge, and then Farmer pokes it out to center. 13:15 left to go in period number 2 as these two rivals continue to battle tonight. Gallagher, he's open, looks to fire it. Thunderbirds looking to take it away here with Demke. A hard-working defensive effort from Dion Demke. Just out of the reach of Nate Keeley on the long pass through the neutral zone. Butita, it's a one-man change. On the ice now is Keplinger. Out towards center. They look to move it around Farmer. Bobcats step onside with it. Daniel Klinicki, Michael Mercurio. In front they go. Shut down by Boris Babbitt. What a save. It's not out of the zone, though. Bobcats hold on to it down behind the goal line. Farmer looks to wrestle the puck free. Back behind the line again. Bobcats will try to move it around to the near side. Klinicki loads up, slap shot, tipped wide of the goal. Keplinger looks to clear it out. It is out. And over the logo it goes. Really good action here in this second period. Shots are 13-12, still favoring the Thunderbirds. And here's a chant through center. Far side circle. Bobcats step onside. They drive one wide of the goal. Another chance. It's blocked. Thunderbirds find it. Could be a 2-on-1. Keplinger's changing though. Cunningham, fresh off the bench is Kramer. He gets the puck. Loose in front. Tries to fire it home. And they had two Bobcats converge to him. And they're able to take it away. A linesman gets bumped into along the red line. Cade Hanley finds it. He backpedals into the defensive end, back behind the net. Shots on goal are now even, 13-13. Tie game at 1, 11:33 to play in the Flow second period. Zach White nearly had it stolen away. It goes back to Hanley. Swings a pass up the rink. Just out of the reach of Corey Cunningham. Cunningham looks to win a battle. Back behind the goal, Zach White tried to steal it away. And out to center it goes again. So here's LaBelle. Settles things down, swings it along to Joe Kennedy. Kennedy flips it back across to find LaBelle. LaBelle settles things down, top of the near side circle. Stretch pass up to White, and they call it back for an offside. Zach White was open and just in too soon. Media timeout. Tie game. We'll be right back.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse. Welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey. Each team has a goal. Each team has 13 shots. And we have 11:02 left to go in the Flow second period. Face-off way back in the defensive end. Thunderbirds had a stretch play recently to Zach White, and just in too soon on the offside. They'll try something here. Indirect pass. Pastuca looks to find it. He backs up into the corner. Ford nearly had it stolen away. But it's still with Danny Martin and the Bobcats. Here's Gallagher to it across the zone. And Pastuca is able to poke it along off the backhand to Kennedy. Joe Kennedy to Troy Harwell. Harwell climbs the defensive zone, zips the pass, it lands 3-on-2. Thunderbirds onside, Pastuca, long shot, and it goes wide of the net. They center, no one's there though, way out to the neutral zone. 10:15 to play in the period, so we are closing in on the halfway point of regulation time tonight. Game number 6 between these two teams this season. We'll be halfway done with a 12-game season series. Thunderbirds currently lead the series 3-2. Thanks to a couple of wins here this week. Wednesday night, and of course here last night on Teacher Appreciation Night. It's Kennedy onside, waiting, and couldn't fire it as he had pressure to his stick. They throw it into the corner, and Kennedy looks to play it again, but it's moved out of the zone by Mercurio. Mercurio swings a pass across. Back behind the goal, Cade Hanley. 9.5 to go in the Flow second period. Hanley goes down. See if Keeley can take it away. It's still the Bobcats, so Erickson swings a pass over. Long shot, it's blocked. And this will make it out to the line, but not out of the zone. Blue Ridge will try it again. Michael Mercurio holding on to it from the backhand. Gives the pass in front. They go looking for a tip. High in the air, they'll battle for it. And it's found by Hanley. Hanley uses the glass to clear it to the neutral zone. Back and forth, Thunderbirds find it. Keeley flips it along the near side boards, and then he gets a change. Don Carter's still out there, looking to take it away from Robin Erickson. Those two players are pinned together, back behind the goal line, stolen away by the Thunderbirds. Chance in front, they look to fire. White couldn't get it away. One-timer from LaBelle is blocked, settles down, back behind the net. Kramer, he'll try to center it again. Fires one, and way up and out here. It's over the protected netting, and it falls into the stands. Media timeout, we'll be right back. 8:37 left to play in the second period.
to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today.
Did you know that not changing your engine oil can result in engine failure? Regular oil changes can extend the life of your engine and reduce the risk of engine failure. Schedule your next oil change on the Flow Garage app. The more you know with Flow.
Shots are even, 14-14. Goals are even, 1-1. 8:37 left to play in our Flow second period. We return from the media timeout. We'll have one more here in the period. Two goals between these two teams. We had 6 last night, 4 for the Thunderbirds. And, of course, we had 10 back on Wednesday in a thriller of a game that was nearly all Twin City. They led it 5-1 after the first period. LaBelle waved at it, and they'll have to go track it down the far side corner. This is taking place in Twin City's defensive territory. Out to the logo at center, though. They'll flip it ahead. Daniel Klinicki, he'll play it across the ice. Off the dasher it goes, and in behind to Boris Babick. This is icing. Each team now with 15 shots as Jacob Volt gets involved with a scrum after the whistle. I think it was Farmer earlier who absolutely blew Volt up on a big hit on the defensive blue line earlier. And you hear the fans making noise. Volt heads over to the box. And this is going to put the Thunderbirds on a power play. Let's see what they get him for.
No wonder why your jersey doesn't have your name!
I think they announced unsportsmanlike there. Volt played 3 games earlier this season with Topeka, had 10 penalty minutes. He had 82 penalty minutes last year for Blue Ridge, 119 the year before that. And he was just acquired and put in the lineup today. As I mentioned, he got absolutely flattened earlier this game in the first period on a giant hit along the blue line. He's been pretty quiet ever since, but certainly trying to stir it up there after the whistle. So it's a power play for the Thunderbirds. They look to take the lead in this tie game in 1. LaBelle finds White. White down low in the corner. Gus Ford tracks it down, found it back behind the net. Roman Kramer up top. Josh LaBelle again. Quick pass to find Gus Ford. Keeley's in a battle in front of the goal. Ford moves it around the zone. Here's Roman Kramer. His pass is caught by LaBelle in the backhand. Now Gus Ford. Ford's open. Looks. Dances in front. Fires. Got his own rebound. Score! It's his team-leading 19th goal of the season, and the Bobcats take a penalty on that play. It's Radchenko, who's just returned to the lineup himself, and to the box he goes. It's a power play goal, and another penalty will immediately go on the board. So Gus Ford scored. I mentioned his first attempt was blocked. It didn't actually hit the goaltender. It hit something out in front of him, and then he collected it himself and roofed it high into the net. We're back with the Thunderbirds still on a power play. It's technically now a new power play, and they lead it 2-1. Cunningham went down as he crossed over the line. Now Keplinger finds it. They'll announce the goal to Ford. Cleared out by Blue Ridge. Kramer on the assist. Gus Ford has 3 goals here on the weekend. LaBelle on the secondary helper. 12:26, the time of the goal. Shut down by the Bobcats of the line, and they'll look to spin it down the rink. And they announce the power play for the Thunderbirds. Twin City has taken the lead here, 2-1. Radchenko tripping at 12:26 of this Flow second period. Thunderbirds back on side of the power play. Out to center, and it's cleared down by the Bobcats. So Babbitt collects it as the Thunderbirds look to work from there. Here's Roman Kramer to find Gus Ford, the goal scorer. Back to Josh LaBelle, away across, and that pass was blocked by the linesman as Zach White was looking to enter on side of the power play. Now just 35 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4 man advantage. 16-15 shots on goal, 2-1 on the scoreboard. Here's Ford looking for another one. Shoots, and a save made that time by Schrum. That just glanced off of Anthony Schrum. Thunderbirds pass it around high in the zone. Zach White, across he goes. Finds Ford on the power play up top. LaBelle, slap shot, blocked. White looking to find it. LaBelle does, he holds the line. Down low, tipped in front. They look to shoot it with Kramer, and he missed the pass, and then he had to settle it. One-timer goes up over the goal from Keeley. Behind the net. At the expiration of the penalty, Ford holds his own. Radchenko's out of the box. One more chance here. Radchenko steps onside. LaBelle gets it from Ford. Now Zach White with it. Bumps it up top to LaBelle as they set up here on the 5-on-5. The play's broken up. Kramer turns, tries to keep it onside, and the Thunderbirds make some changes. Chances there on the power play, but Twin City unable to strike. 5:08 left to go in this period, and they're going to call too many men on the ice against the Thunderbirds. And so this will put Blue Ridge to the power play with officially 5:09 left to go to be a Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. Keplinger heads over to the box to serve the penalty. Keplinger, a popular player, although he was retired for most of the year until this week, actually. And he's having a conversation with the penalty box attendant. They sort of tap hands there as he went in the box, and he serves this one. It's the 6th skater infraction and a power play for Blue Ridge as they look to now tie this game. Damon Ferrusa sends the pass across. Ferrusa's got it back. He zipped it down low. In the near side corner on the power play, Ferrusa. Back up high they go. Long shot. They score. Philip Palavic makes it a 2-2 game. 4:54 left to go in the Flow second period as these two teams trade goals here in the last few minutes. And that was a long-range shot that got through Babbitt. So Gus Ford gave the Thunderbirds the lead at 12:26 on the power play. Roman Kramer, Josh LaBelle assisted. And a goal scored there from Blue Ridge. And you give the assist to Ferrusa. But we are tied at 2. And we're back. From the red line, here's Kozarev. Steps onside. He scored last night, and he fires one off the back of the goal here. It falls down, and the Thunderbirds look to locate it, move it out of the zone, out to center. Goes right back the other way, though. It's Philip Palavic from Damon Ferrusa and Carson Gallagher at 15:06, the Flow second period of the power play. So back-to-back power play goals, one for each team. Zach White went looking for it at center, went away from him. Battling for it is Roman Kramer. You hear the fans get involved, the Let's Go Thunderbirds chant. In on goal, covered up by Schrum. 4:01 left to go in the second period. Media timeout. We're tied at 2, and we'll be right back.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Left to go in the Flow second period. Tie game at 2. Shots are 17-16, favoring the Thunderbirds. These two rivals trading power play goals here in the last couple of minutes of this middle period. Keeley put it back behind the goal for Don Carter. And he'll try to find it. Just inside line now for Keeley. Keeley flips it back behind the goal again. Thunderbirds go crashing towards it. Turnover out in front. And what a chance here for Keeley, but Blue Ridge got back just in time. Here's Dustin Gisso, gave the pass to Carson Gallagher. Turnover, Thunderbirds have it. Here goes Don Carter. Carter with it, centered it back and lost control behind the goal. Taken aside by the Bobcats. Here they go. Once again, it's Gisso. Trying to find a play to Danny Martin. Martin opened the scoring tonight back in the first period. Thunderbirds tied it with the teddy bear toss goal from Josh Keplinger. The advance is stopped along the center ice red line. And we've got 3 minutes remaining in the middle period. Thunderbirds back on home ice again next weekend. 7:35 both nights. We'll have an odd 7:35 start on Saturday instead of our normal 6:05 start time, as the Binghamton Black Bears will visit the fairgrounds. Looking forward to those games, certainly. Lots of time left in this one, though. Bresco gave it away. Ford couldn't handle it. Now he steals it. Ford zipped it back to Joe Kennedy. Kennedy pulled it back behind the goal. He'll work from there. He's got LaBelle to his left, and he gives it to him. Josh LaBelle out to center. Here they go. Pestuka to Butita. John Butita off the backhand. Save made by Anthony Schrum. Stays onside with Farmer. Threw it in front of the goal. Looks for a good bounce. Butita finds it. And off the backhand, chops it down low. Here's Joe Kennedy with 2 minutes left to go in the period. In the near side corner to find Corey Cunningham. Across he goes, and Farmer leans in front and reached out to stop that one. Chopped it down low. Back and forth they go. Here's Zach White. He finds it. He's open onside. Pressure applied to him. Sends it to Joe Kennedy. Kennedy now finds Roman Kramer. In front he goes, looking for one to leak through Schrum. And that didn't happen. 95 seconds left to play in the Flow second period. That was the 20th shot of the night for the Thunderbirds. Coming up in the second intermission break, we will have our intermission programming. We hope that you enjoyed that. Whether you're tuning in on WTOB Radio tonight or on our video feed on YouTube, glad to have you along. And Zach White ready for this offensive end face-off. Tries to win it back behind him. They'll battle for it. It goes to Farmer. Long shot. Tipped in on goal, and Schrum put a pad on it. Fouled by Roman Kramer. Kramer chopping it back down behind the net. All the way to the near side for White. White battling for it with Cunningham. Corey Cunningham, open high in the zone, steps up, creates a play in front, backhand, he draws a penalty as the shot is stopped by Schrum, but the Thunderbirds will go to the power play with 1:13 left to play here in the second period. 5-on-4 attack on the way, slashing is the goal to Philip Halavic. His goal has tied the game here on the power play, and now he'll take a seat in the box. Right circle face-off. And Gus Ford will take it here on the 5-on-4. Here we go. It goes up top to LaBelle as they won possession. Now Zach White. Waits, fires one. It's hit the post. Big rebound. And it jumps out over the stick of Josh LaBelle. LaBelle has to regather it. And they work in from there. 1 minute left to go in period number 2. Tied at 2. Thunderbirds on the power play looking to take the lead. White tried to find a pass to Ford. They just missed. And it's cleared out by Carson Andrioli. Way down the rink and played by Boris Babick. Here's LaBelle. Couldn't step onside with it. Now it's Ford. He's found it. And curls away from the pressure. Keeley to LaBelle. Now to White. They'll move it around quickly here on the 5-on-4 power play. Indirectly off the boards, trying to find Ford, and the pass missed. And they move it out to center. Josh LaBelle goes back to find it in the defensive end. 13 seconds left to go in the period. Here's Kramer, finds it, down low. They bump it across, and they couldn't fire to the far side post. Another drive, rebound and on goal, shut down. White on the doorstep, and that's it for the second period. 2-2 after 2, and there'll be 47 seconds of power play time when we begin the Culver's third period. What a finish to the second period. Power play goals each way, but right back where we started. We were tied after 1, we're tied after 2. It's 2-2, second intermission break on the way. We thank you for tuning in tonight to Thunderbirds Hockey. We'll be right back.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids. Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from like this century.
Yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
All right, welcome back, Thunderbirds fans. Cup of Joe. This week we have Andre Nietzsche. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Joe?
Andre, it's been a while. It's been, I think we're coming up on, this is like 10 years now. Actually, If I think about, well, I've known you since the 16-17 season. You were in Berlin, and I was in Watertown. That's when we first met. Except we didn't really meet until, obviously, when you brought me down here. But can you tell us a little?
I brought you down here?
Yeah, you.
I thought you just came down here and knocked on my door one day.
No, I called you, and thankfully you picked up the phone. I didn't have anywhere to play. I got ghosted by Phil from the year before. He's like, "Oh,
Phil Esposito."
Yeah, he's like, oh, "I'm going to the SP. I'll take you with me." Guy doesn't pick up the phone, and then I was like, "All right, I'm gonna call Andre," and you did. And now look at us. We're still here. We're still here. But
good times.
You were head coach for 4 years here.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about your time here, your experience and everything?
It was a great time. I still remember, and great memories.
How did you?
But
obviously,
I don't know if we should talk about all the memories because
why not? I think some people are forgetting about some of the good old times. What was some of your favorite ones?
I think winning a championship, making new friends, meeting great people down here. I think that was a really great time, and something I will always remember, because I think a lot of players who played here, you were one of them, we became really good friends. We're like a family, and I think that was something special.
I think it was very special. It was a good time. I remember one of the, actually my first practice with you, you threw us off the ice 15 minutes in. It was Thursday, and we had to go to Danville. We ended up winning both games that weekend, but practice lasted 15 minutes. You were not happy with the effort that was given out there, and you just immediately threw everybody off, and I was just like, what did I just come into?
I remember that.
And then I think it was another Danville trip where the bus broke down, where we had to get picked up by the other team. We were in the car. It was Clarkie picked us up.
No, it was different. It was not Clarkie. We drove down, bus broke down, and I think the Mentor Icebreakers sent us a bus.
I remember a couple of guys, they took like 3 or 4. We sent half the team with the U-Haul.
You know what?
There was too many.
Our bus broke down many times.
There was way too
but
many.
You know what? Looking back at it, it was a fun time. But of course, if you're on the bus, it's not fun. No, but I think
I like the Home Depot bus. That was probably one of my favorite buses.
The one we built?
Yeah.
The bunk beds and everything?
I got there right after you guys finished building.
Oh, hey, you know what? We had beds. We slept.
It was scary to hear it at night, though, with it squeaking.
Oh, you mean the squeaking and the wood, that we had?
Yeah.
The mattresses? Yeah.
Somebody fell through it one night. I forgot who it was.
No.
It shifted, and then somebody...
Well, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm a little older than you, so I don't remember those kind of things anymore. No, it was great. Like thinking about the time, 16 hours on the bus, and
that was such a crazy time. I'm trying to think of any other good ones that we had.
Well, I remember going to Elmira, playing the game there. I had to play the second game, scored a goal, and
you broke that game, yeah.
I broke that game, yeah.
They shut it down after the second period because Robbie Nichols decided to grab somebody, one of the refs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said it, not me. Robbie, it wasn't me, Robbie, it was him. Okay.
That's what happened, was it not? I don't remember.
It was.
Yeah.
Like looking back at the time here. And,
your last game, too, you had 4 points. You had a hat trick against Danville. You scored 3 goals and had an assist.
Well, it was more about that some of the fans wanted me to play. They wanted to see me play at home. So, and I think it was 2 hours before the game started. I wasn't even sure if I would play. Then Scott Brand said, you got to play. And then, so I suited up, and it was my first shift. I scored the first goal. But I was in pain after the game. I got to be honest.
Coach, these next few will be for you. Any comments, follow-up, now that the strike has ended in the ECHL? I know we had that question last week that it was, pending, and now they've gone through it, and it's over now.
I've talked to quite a few people the last, probably since, Christmas night. And it's probably one of those situations, it's too bad it happened. It was probably, the best way I can put it, probably the most unorganized strike I've ever seen. Nobody knew really what was going on. I talked to 4 different people, 2 head coaches, 2 assistant coaches, and everybody gave me a different answer. And one organization, I talked to 2 guys, and they both belonged to the same ownership. But they gave me 2 different answers. And so it was one of those situations, and I know some people know the story with Kramer and Whitey, but, starting Christmas night there, trying to have my turkey dinner there at Mike's house, all the answers, all the questions like I had no answers, and it was just, and nobody really knew. And as I said, some people thought they were going to play, some didn't know if they were going to play. Some teams were trying to, the one coach says, I might have to play. And I'm thinking, wow, this is how bizarre it was. And then, as I said, it just seemed like as it was going on and on and on, things kind of, a lot of people were in limbo. I know one guy he had to drive to the airport because they had to show that they were going to try and make it. They drove to the airport with equipment, stopped, waited, and then drove home. I mean, this is like, it was bizarre. And as I said, I'm for the players. As I said, I hope they got what they wanted, or as I said, I hope they all worked out. And as I said, you hate to have that happen, but yeah, just a bizarre weekend. And I think a lot of guys were left in limbo. And as I said, I know our 2 guys were in limbo, and it's unfortunate that those things happen. As I said, when you start getting the unions involved and things like that. But I said, I just think the communication wasn't very good during this. It's never a good moment. Nobody wants to go on strike. I mean, it's whenever there's a strike, it's not a good thing, for anybody. But as I said, I think this one here was just kind of a bizarre weekend.
And so if you could just explain a little bit more with Whitey and Kramer and sort of how that
transpired.
Well,
they were going to go
Saturday.
I'm trying to think of the Norfolk. Norfolk were coming down to play Greensboro, and Greensboro were supposed to have enough players to play, but then they were trying to get some extra players too. But Norfolk were coming down. They said they had a team. They needed a few players to join them and play, and so they at that time and unfortunately for us too, I started all these phone calls at 5 o'clock Christmas dinner or dinner time, and unfortunately we got on a bus at midnight. So things had to happen quickly. And as I said, I think I was on the phone for 6 hours, back and forth talking and then trying to find. Joe Kennedy had to come. So, but as I said, I think on the Friday night or the Thursday night, I think everybody thought there was going to be games. And so they were trying to scramble as best they could, and when you're getting a directive from your boss, and you have to run with it, even though maybe you don't like it, but you have to run with it. And as I said, that's what happened with those guys. They stayed, and unfortunately, I think sometime Friday the games were canceled. So and then I heard that the Saturday games were canceled. So then they reversed back. So everybody went back to where they were going to.
This question says, do we have any New Year's traditions every year? Anything specifically?
For me personally, or the team, or
yeah.
Well, I think tomorrow night. I know most of you all been to the New Year's Eve game. We'll skate with the fans after, and then usually they drop the puck down there at midnight. And my first year here, not knowing what was happening, as I said, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought there maybe be a couple people out there, but I went out on the ice. I think between the blue lines was packed. It was crazy, and then as I said, and everybody had a good time. It was New Year's, and as I said, it was a nice way to come in the new year with our fans and everything like that. And I said, I know the players really enjoyed it. So last year I thought was a good time too, and hopefully we can continue the roll here on New Year's Eve and get a W. And as I said, have a nice when the puck drops. I shouldn't say ball. When the puck drops. At midnight, hopefully we're all smiling.
If we did a video tour of the bus and the locker room, who do you think would be good to give that if we were going to do that? We had to pick a player to show us around.
I mean, Sally or Passy, because they're always there. Sally has a messy stall, which is hilarious to me. Like, we were in Columbus, and we sat next to each other, and I was just looking down. I was like, we've been here for 10 hours. I was like, how is this possible? But, I mean, either one of those two guys. Like, Snob could probably take it away on the bus. He's kind of the captain of the back, quote unquote. So, yeah, he could give the tour.
That's I don't have a New Year's resolution. I just have a New Year's wish. And that's for Sally to have a clean stall. I'm very picky about the dressing room, and I know the warden, she'll start to laugh here, but I like things tidy. And the dressing room is like our home. And you know, we spend so much time there. You know, you like it. I always like to clean. And as I said, every time I see him, and I keep threatening him to call Abby and so straighten him out. So I might have to do that coming. That might be my New Year's wish. I'll have to call Abby and straighten him out. So.
Final question we have tonight, Coach. We see that Michael Mania was put on 15-day IR, retro back to the 21st of December. Question that's on the sheet and a question that I get all the time: how's he doing, and what's the update you can give us?
No, Mikey skated today, and you know, we just did it. He's probably on the verge of playing. But he hasn't skated probably in 2 weeks or more than that. And you know, another week, we play 3 games in 3 days. It was just, and we don't have a lot of practice time. You know, the way our schedule is, you know, we play 5 games in 8 days. I gave the guys Monday to recover, and then, you know, we had a good practice today, I thought. And, you know, Thursday, I'm not sure what we're going to do, and then we play Friday, Saturday. So Mike, he'll come off the IR next week, and I'm looking for a big boost from him. You know, he brings another guy that brings a lot of energy, and I think the fans like him and the way he plays. And he's one of those types of guys that can be on you know, up and down the lineup. And as I said, I'm looking forward to him coming back.
Coach, we'll get into the games here against Blue Ridge, and you know, a team that you played 3 times so far this season. Now you'll have them 3 times this week, 7 of the next 9 games. So it'll be you know, pretty familiar territory when you're done with this stretch here.
So you're saying that we're playing them a lot?
A lot,
okay.
A lot.
Okay. Yeah, you know, and again, this is another team, and and they've struggled lately, and everybody goes through that. We struggle a little bit at the start there, and then, you know, hopefully we can, you know, keep things going here. But it's going to be, you know, they're coming in here. They'll be ready. They'll be ready, and it's. I know they're going to be ready and they're going to play well. It's how we're going to be, how we respond after last weekend, how we respond about trying to take that next step forward here. And as I said, we're starting to get to, you know, we've kind of touched on it probably the last 3 weeks of we actually were just talking in between. You know, we had training camp. Next thing you know, it was Thanksgiving, and now it's Christmas and then New Year's. And for some reason, that time there, I'm not sure where it went. It flew by, you know. And so if we don't, we've got to start making some hay here a little bit. As I said, the season goes, I think we play 11 games this month. They're like starting or something like that. So it's going to be a busy weekend. You know, we play Binghamton too. So we gotta take care of business here, and we got to start taking some steps forward. There can't be weeks where you know, we don't get some points, and as I said, we're fighting for a spot right now, and we got to make sure we take care of business.
Before we go, Coach, anything else you'd like to say about Don Carter? He's been a great guest here on the show.
Well, I've already boosted him up once. If I do that, we might have to get his head through the door. But no, he's been a great acquisition. Like as I said, he's a veteran guy. He knows how to play. And that's I'm going to say it in front of you. He's a good guy, and he just mentioned about guys are, you know, good guys, and as I said, I think that's why, you know, I enjoy going to work every day. When you have a good bunch of guys who want to work and try to make themselves better, and even through the tough times, and that's when you really know what the character is like in this team here, or with the people. When the tough times are happening, you know, do we kind of stick together and you know, fight through this? And that's what we've got to do here. We got to band together. I talk about it. Grab the rope. Everybody grab the rope, and let's pull in the one direction. And if we do that, then as I said, I think we'll be okay. But it's guys like Karts and some of the older guys who have been around a little bit. They're at this time of year. That's when the veteran leadership really comes into play. The young guys, they're still trying to figure out what the heck's going on sometimes. And as I said, if they look at the veterans and the way they present themselves, not just on the ice but off the ice, then that's a good way to go. And as I said, I'm lucky to have the not just Don, but all the guys who've been around.
I like having one company that kind of do it all because I feel like it reduces the mental load of having to research and figure out, who do we call this time? It's just, we'll call Quinn.
We were with a different company that we had a contract with, and our HVAC went out. And they were not able to respond quickly, so that's why we contacted Gwen. And they were able to come out the same day, and we were able to fix that problem. Something that stood out to me about the Gwyn staff members that came to our house is they all seem to really care about doing not just a good job, but also about the house. They paid a lot of attention to detail as far as where they put things and how they installed things to make sure there was no damage. They seemed to really care, as if this was their house. After they fixed our AC unit, we were very impressed that Gwyn had multiple services. So we went ahead and got a service contract with them and have used them for electrical and plumbing and HVAC.
So eventually we knew that we wanted a charging station for our car. What impressed me was it wasn't just a return of an online quote, it was let's come out and take a look at it. It felt like they were wanting to help, and then the actions followed. They actually were able to come out and help, so I appreciated that. It's that consistency. So when I call, I know what I'm gonna get. They're going to be responsive, they're going to be polite, they're gonna get the job done, and that keeps me coming back.
Welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for the Culver's third period. Here on the broadcast tonight, it's been a good game between these two cross-state rivals, the Blue Ridge Bobcats, the opponent this week. Thunderbirds beat them on Wednesday, also picked up a win here last night. We're tied at 2 as we enter the final frame of regulation time. Twin City will begin the third period on a power play. And here's the puck drop at center ice. Thunderbirds win the face-off, and the Culver's third period is underway. Josh LaBelle swings a pass across, and they miss it on the far side. Gallagher in on goal and blockered away from Boris Babic. Shots are 24-18 as number 18, Roman Kramer, carries it. Here's Kramer. Finds Zach White, holds the line. Near side, here's Keeley into an open corner. They move it around the zone. Early on in the third period, still in the power play. 13 seconds left on it. Josh LaBelle finds it up top. Gus Ford misplayed it and collected and moved out as Halavic stands in the box. 2-on-1 shorthanded bid. Bobcats in front they go. Blocked by LaBelle. As LaBelle broke up the 2-on-1 shorthanded try. Twin City puts it onside. And they'll look for a play here and try to take the lead. Into the near side corner and battled for White from a turnover. He got held up as he briefly had it, but the Blue Ridge Bobcats fire it out to the neutral zone. Off the back end from Kennedy. Joe Kennedy turns. Farmer lets him go in front of him. And now Kennedy swings it up, and it's chipped ahead from Josh Keplinger. Keplinger put it onside, and now he gets it back. Throws it in front, looking for a rebound. Butita was open in front of the goal. Goes off of Anthony Schrum. Pestuka tried to locate it. And down the rink, they'll send it. Back behind the goal of Babic. Near side from Kennedy to Farmer. Off the back of the goal. And across the rink, the Bobcats get to it. They go back behind the line again. Farmer off the backhand to find a play to Butita. Here's Keplinger. Josh Keplinger, long shot, glove save made, rebounds there, centers it, and they push it just wide of the net. Damon Ferrusa, he'll launch it out to center. LaBelle stops the advance. Stick lift on Cunningham prevented the play to cross over the blue line. Cade Hanley stops back behind that. Throws it in directly off the backhand. Josh LaBelle finds it, goes back the same way. Right to Hanley. Tie game at 2. LaBelle in on goal, and a bouncer that's covered up by Anthony Schrum. 17:27 left to go in the Culver's third period. Shots are 27-18, favoring the Thunderbirds. Hungry fans, well, nothing beats a Culver's Butterburger. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection and served on a lightly buttered toasted bun. Stop by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem today. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Offensive zone face-off, the attacking territory for the Thunderbirds. It's out to center. LaBelle plays it along. Across they go. Swatted out by Cade Hanley. Hanley finds it side of the circle. Indirect pass right to LaBelle. Calling for it was Cunningham. They couldn't get it to him. They'll try it again here with White. Zach White onside. Pressure back behind him. Curls back behind the net. Run into, gave up possession, and now Filip Halavic will take it off the back of the goal. Halavic flicks it out towards the red line. Bobcats look to play from there. It's Gallagher. Drops it to Martin. And a slap shot goes well wide of the goal. Pings loudly off the glass. Zach White battles for possession. Troy Harwell taken right back from Blue Ridge. And then back again for Cunningham. Cunningham held up and looks to play it along. Now it's LaBelle. LaBelle tried to pass it to Kramer and it's slammed back behind the goal. Given away, look out here, a chance down low, one-timer kicked out by Boris Babbitt. Another one blocked in front of the goal. They'll try it again with Andrioli, but he couldn't fire it. And finally, Twin City has it. Going down there was Keeley, trying to jump around the Bobcat along the blue line. Here comes Andrioli. Fires, and it's in behind Babbitt, and he's got it. 15:58 left to play in the Culver's third period. Shots on goal are 27-20, and we remain in a 2-2 tie. Twin City looking to win a game for the 12th time this season. Bobcats looking to win for the 11th time. And Blue Ridge, of course, looking to even this season series at 3 wins apiece. Thunderbirds looking for 4 wins in their first 6 games of the year against Blue Ridge. A long season series that will go all the way to the final week of the regular season. These two teams will see each other on the 10th and 11th of April. And that's the final week of the regular season. Thunderbirds will have the home game here for their final home game on April the 10th, and the road game will be in Whitfield on the 11th. Third game of a 5-game homestand. It's the Thunderbirds and the Black Bears next weekend. Defensive zone face-off. This time Twin City's to it, and they'll move it out to the neutral zone with Mike Kosas looking for it. Found first by Anthony Schrum, and he cleared it on his own. So moved it out towards center. Butita tried to steal. It's Mercurio, and they call this offside. And so the play stops here at the blue line. We continue on in the Culver's third period. Got a sweet tooth, Thunderbirds fans. Well, Culver's fresh frozen custard is rich, creamy, and made in small batches all day, every day. Swing by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem and check out today's flavor. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Thunderbirds go looking for it from the face-off. It was just out of the defensive zone. Found by Butita, up he goes to Pastuca, onside, drives it. Save made, and the rebound fell down. And Schrum then covered it up again. Nice drive towards the goal there from Yuri Pastuca. Has more than 150 goals in his FPHL career. Here's Gus Ford, who has quite a few himself. Butita shooting one quickly off the face-off and kicked out by Schrum. Here's Farmer. Zips it across to Hanley. Drops it down behind the net as he wants his forwards to chase after it. And up and out of play here. It's in the crowd and a penalty. Bobcats did this last night. They do it again tonight. Delay of game on Robin Erickson. Offense's own face-off in the power play. Here we go. Thunderbirds look to take the lead in the third period. Up a man on the ice, 5-on-4. It's Ford back behind the line to White. White to Kramer. Kramer calling for it with a stick in the air, and he got it. Here's Roman Kramer. In front he goes, looking for a play from White. It was shut down by Schrum. Back behind the net. They try to pass it around the zone. Josh LaBelle holds the line. Now Gus Ford dances in front. Sends it just wide of the net, looking for a tip from Zach White. Once again, LaBelle wants it. He gets it up, and it makes its way to the top of the glass, but not out of the zone on the deflection. It was way high in the air, and it barely stayed onside here. They hold the line. Zach White on the power play. Down low, it's Kramer. Tried to find White, and it just drifted away from him. Zach White tried to feed a pass to the middle. It's blocked. And it goes out of play, out of the zone, and way down the ice into the Thunderbirds' defensive territory. We've played 6 minutes of the Culver's third period, and we're still in a tie. Thunderbirds missed the pass, and it's found here behind the goal line. Goes by Kramer, though. The clear is on. Pastuca's got to catch up to this one, and he does. Barely taken away from Michael Mercurio. 44 seconds left on the power play. Up the wing they go. They'll find a play to John Boutte, to the captain. Across he goes. Shot in on goal, and it's underneath Schrum. He falls back, and it looks like it'll stay out. That was from Keplinger. Media timeout. We'll be right back.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Welcome back inside Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena as the Thunderbirds work on the power play. 34 seconds left on it with 13:36 left to go in the Culver's third period. Tie game at 2 and a critical power play well underway at this point. Thunderbirds power play 15.5% on the year. They're looking for their 18th power play goal. And what a moment it would be if they can find it. Keplinger had a great chance, and that brought us to the media timeout. This time the face-off's one away, and the clear is on, and it's down the ice. And so now Boris Babic will play it back behind his goal. 13:25 to play in the period, 22 left to go here on the power play. Corey Cunningham steps onside, holds on to it. Down in the corner they go. Stolen away. Here come the Bobcats. Shorthanded, 2-on-2. They'll cross onside. Taken by Keplinger. Stays on his skates. Thunderbirds 3-on-2 here. They cross onside. Chance in front. They drive one. Rebounds there. Save made by Schrum. And it's found by Blue Ridge. They nearly gave it away again. 32nd shot of the game. And icing called against the Bobcats. We got 12:51 now left to play. Out-of-town scoreboard report, Danbury and PD tied at 1 in the second period. Port Huron with a 3-goal lead over Indiana. Binghamton leading Watertown 1-0 in the first period. Athens on the road leading Baton Rouge by a goal. No score, Columbus and Monroe. And a tie game 1-1, Topeka and Biloxi. Offensive zone face-off victory. Pressure to Kennedy, and then the pressure to Kramer. They'll see the puck played out to the neutral zone. Twin City holding on to it. Kennedy slides it back across. 12:39 left to go in the period. Tie game at 2. Long stretch pass lands to Kramer. He's in, across. They bump it in front. They fire one. And Gus Ford is denied. And Anthony Schrum with a massive save to keep this game tied. It's Andrioli charging in from the neutral zone. Long shot, and that's dealt with by Babbitt. Back and forth we go. Here comes Twin City again. It's Nate Keeley. A quick stop in the corner. And then taken aside by Blue Ridge. They'll have a 2-on-2. And they flip it ahead. Andrioli changing. Down behind the net. Found by LaBelle. LaBelle gets it to Kramer. Roman Kramer out towards center ice. And controlled here by Filipovic. Picked off and then played ahead by Keeley. He's tied up. And Blue Ridge gets it right back. Long pass that's detected by LaBelle at center to break up the play to Dustin Jasso. 11.5 to go in the Culver's third period. Still a 2-2 tie. Third game in a 5-game homestand. Twin City will be back here next weekend. Back-to-back games with Binghamton. Bobcats will move it out towards center. And Keplinger looked to play off the backhand, and it goes off of his skate. And finally, he can get his change. Damon Ferusov has it. Bobcats onside. And what a play there from Harwell. Harwell held up, trying to move it out of the zone. Bobcats steal it away. They center in on Babick. It goes to the far side corner after he made a save on it. Don Carter, pressure to the back of him. Thunderbirds looking for the puck in the defensive zone. We continue playing. Shots are 33-22, favoring the Thunderbirds. Chance on goal, goes wide of the net. And LaBelle with a clear, found by Cunningham. Corey Cunningham clipped with a high stick, penalty on the way. He's still with it for now, and we get the stoppage. 10:32 left to go in the Culver's third period. Corey Cunningham got clipped up high, and the Bobcats will go to the penalty box. 2 minutes, high sticking to Dennis Radchenko. So it's Radchenko's second trip to the box tonight. And they announce the penalty to Radchenko. So the Thunderbirds have had some opportunities here on the power play tonight. And we'll see if they can strike. They scored back in the second period, a power play goal that at the time gave them the lead. We'll see if they can do the same here. It's LaBelle. Swings it to Gus Ford as the power play is underway. Thunderbirds have it here. Back behind the net. They'll look to move it high in the zone to Roman Kramer. Kramer's open, goes across to find Ford. Here's Gus Ford, waits, and he gave it down low. The pass missed Keeley, though, then taken aside by Carson Andrioli. The clear is unsuccessful. LaBelle finds Ford. In front they go, and it's tied up as they look to punch it towards the goal. Great keep of the zone again. In the corner they go with it. Here's Keeley. He'll find an open Roman Kramer. Kramer, side of the circle, shoots one, blocked, rebound found by the Bobcats. They've got room to pull it out of the zone, and they will. Here they come with it. Danny Martin looks for it. LaBelle chips it across the rink. Taken aside by the Bobcats, the logo. Stuckless plays it from there. And now 1:05 remaining here on the 5-on-4. Halfway gone. As we're just over the halfway point in the Culver's third period. Still tied. Gus Ford, onside, rolled on him. Butita looking for it. Ford got it back, though. Ford to Keplinger, in on goal. Shut down, and they clear it. What a chance from Josh Keplinger. He's been really good tonight. 34-22 shots on net. Keplinger back with it again. Across the zone, they try a one-timer from Carter out of midair, and he just missed. Here come the Bobcats shorthanded. Yuri Pastuka shuts down the advance. Back and forth we go. Here's Butita in front. He tried to drag it. It was stopped though. Chopped down in the corner. Back behind the goal to an open play across the rink. No one there. And now just 10 seconds left on this 5-on-4 power play. And it's offside of the blue line. Media timeout, 8:38 left. We'll be right back.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
.38 left to play in our Culver's third period. We are tied at 2. Twin City is on the power play. They only have 7 seconds left though. And a face-off's outside of the attacking end, won by the Bobcats. Radchenko is about to exit the box. And there he goes, 5-on-5 again. Kennedy went backtracking into the defensive territory, found by Ford. And it'll be Cade Hanley with it. Here's Hanley back behind the goal in his defensive zone. And Hanley will send it out to center to White. Zach White chipped along. Goes by Kennedy. He looks for possession. 8:08 left to go in the Culver's third period. It's in the corner. Found by Ford. Ford goes high in the zone with a pass to Zach White. Looks for a lane to fire. Zips it long to Ford. Ford across the rink. They'll battle for it from there. And nearly played. It was played by White. He didn't really possess it, but he was able to break up at least that first chance to pass it. Meanwhile, here come the Bobcats. Onside with Milan Brezko. Stolen away by White and the Thunderbirds. Pass missed Ford at center. 7.5 now to go. Ford finds it from the collision, and he couldn't fire it as it was rolling on him, bouncing around. Stuka searching for it. Ford gets it to Kramer. Loads up Waits. They pressure him, and out to center it goes with the Bobcats. Getting back Pastuka, stolen away by Farmer. Farmer chops it ahead. And back the other way they go. Back and forth. Tie game, 2-2, 7:05 to play. Near side for Farmer. Farmer lays it across to find Keeley. And he punches it onside. They'll put it across the red line, back the other way. It's Danny Martin to it. Now Carson Gallagher. Gallagher steps up, shoots one. Save made by Boris Babbitt.
Attention fans, Stephen Bruno, please report to the flop shop located behind 213.
Babbitt makes the save, readies for this next face-off. Danbury is leading PD by 2 goals at 3-1 on the out-of-town scoreboard report. The Thunderbirds and the Ice Caps are tied in the standings right now. Thunderbirds have the tiebreaker, so they're in 4th, and PD's in 5th. But this is an opportunity to gain some points in the standings. Penalty called against Twin City, and it'll stop the game with Mike Kosas playing it. And this is going to put the Bobcats on the power play with a chance to take the lead late in the game. And it looks like Josh LaBelle, 2 minutes interference called to him.
It's ground hockey!
See a 5-on-4 face-off in the attacking area of the Bobcats. That's to our right in the third period. It'll be Keeley, White, Kennedy, and Farmer on the ice, the four skaters. Martin looks to win the face-off. Thunderbirds get to it here behind the net. They got room to clear, and out it goes. And so it's a good start to the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill, as we're 10 seconds gone by on that sequence. Near side, here's Martin, the captain. Goes across with it. Fires it across. The Thunderbirds look to take it away. Still with the Bobcats, though. As Martin went down. Up top, Daniel Klinicki. Near side to Nikita Kozarev. Back to Klinicki on the power play. And a shot. Glove save by Babbitt. Forward to the dot. Down it goes. They'll battle for it. Thunderbirds had briefly a lane to fire. Now they'll find it. Out it goes. Nicely done. They clear it. Played by Anthony Schrum, the goaltender. Right back behind him. Here come the Bobcats. Back to center ice they go with Martin. With Kozarev to his right. He gets it here. Holding on to it. 5:38 to play in the period. Long shot and a stick save made by Babbitt. Hanley to it, and he clears. The team's making changes on each their power play and penalty kill units. And we got 45 seconds left to go on this penalty kill for the Thunderbirds. Farmer finds it at center, flips it ahead. And here come the Bobcats with it once more. They'll move from the defensive territory. There they go. Pass to the far side. And stopping in the corner was Bresco. He zips it back up top. Near side. They'll hold on to it. Dustin Jasso. Back to Philip Holovic. Long shot through a screen. Back off the glass. They look to move it post to post. And now Jasso finds it. Slides it down low. And they get back to it. Thunderbirds will find it. They clear, not out. Holovic holds the line. LaBelle standing in the box. 5 seconds left on the kill. Bobcats take it in front of the net. They try to jam it in. Babbitt has it. He covers it, gets the whistle. 1 second left to go on the penalty kill. The net came off. That'll take us to the media timeout. The final one of the third period. We are tied at 2, and we'll be right back.
Two pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, two pillows, endless possibilities.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
.435 left in the Culver's third period. 1 second left on the penalty to Josh LaBelle. LaBelle standing in the box. And once this puck hits the ice, LaBelle will be released. If the Thunderbirds can win this faceoff, LaBelle would be open at center. Let's see if they can win it and get it to him quickly. They'll battle for possession. And LaBelle's out of the box, but the Bobcats are back to it. Thunderbirds look to steal. It's forward to Farmer, now to White. White across the ring. And this one goes off the boards right below the Bobcats bench. Nearly taken away by Ford. Chopped at from Twin City. White gets tied up, still with it though, and he leads a pass to Ford. He tried a shot from well out, That one went wide. Farmer in on goal. It's caught by Schrum. And no further action. 4:06 left to play in the Culver's third period. Shots on goal are now 36-26, still favoring the Thunderbirds. Blue Ridge outshot Twin City 39-37 last night. It was a 4-2 win for the Thunderbirds. Twin City won a 7-3 decision here on New Year's Eve, back on Wednesday in the final moments of 2025. They won their first game of 2026 here last night. And looking to do it again. Offensive in face-off, they've won it. And way high in the air, but it'll stay in play. Falls back down. And they take it away from Kramer. That one was so high, it was well up over the netting, but then it dropped down before it made it there. Under 4 to play here in the third period as they center off the goal stick of Boris Babic. Thunderbirds apply some pressure with Farmer. Shut down from Hanley. Stripped of it, though. Look out! They fire off the side of the net. And we'll see if Twin City can find it here. It's a tie-up. Babic looks to make a play. Comes way out of his net, though. Look out here. They chop it in. And it's a goal. 3-2 with 3:28 left. Bobcats will take the lead. Babic was well out of his crease. And that one goes in. And so we'll have a face-off at center ice following that go-ahead goal scored by Blue Ridge. And Babic likes to play the puck, and that time it might have cost him. Twin City tried to take it away afterwards, but too late. And we're back. Thunderbirds have it here, now needing a goal to keep the game moving. LaBelle will fire in from the neutral zone. Just over 3 minutes left to play in the Culver's third period in regulation time. Dustin Jusso at 16:32 from Damon Ferrusa with the primary assist. PJ Demetrio got the secondary helper. Twin City plays out to the logo at center. Taken aside by the Bobcats. They look to jump onside with it here. Goes by Keplinger. Crowd gets involved. It's in on Babic, back behind him. Now Joe Kennedy finds it. And Kennedy will stick handle over the logo. He turns and fires ahead. It's to the near side corner. Back behind the goal, Andrioli looks to play it out of the zone. The Bobcats have it again. Here they come over the center ice red line. They'll look to center, they do, and Babic will get a piece of this one. Thunderbirds find it with Ford. Ford misses the pass, looking for White, and icing's been called against Twin City. 2:08 left to play in the Culver's third period, and Blue Ridge is taking a 3-2 lead. Faceoff comes back into the defensive territory for the Thunderbirds, following the icing. Defensive zone face-off. They will have to wait just another moment. And there he goes. Ford wins it to the far side corner. Back behind the net. Farmer looking to play it out of the defensive end. It's up to Zach White at center. Forward he goes, looking for Gus Ford, and here comes the goaltender. Boris Babic is out. We're playing 6-on-5 with under 2 minutes to play. Twin City looks to hold the zone. They'll throw it down low in the corner. Farmer with a heavy hit. Thunderbirds have it with Keplinger. Can they tie it up? Troy Harwell, near side, finds Ford. Way across the zone, it goes through the legs of Roman Kramer. Still onside though, James Farmer. They bump it across, Keplinger shoots one. Save made by the upper body of Anthony Schrum. And a penalty. No, Schrum's just got an equipment problem here. Referee stopped the game with Twin City attacking, and the fans certainly don't like it as Schrum was able to stop the game on his own there with shaking the mask off.
It's your fault, Erickson!
And so with this break in the action, I see head coach Steve Harrison go to the front of the bench. He has his lineup sheet. He's got the whiteboard, and I think he will call his timeout here. And he has. So it's a timeout for the Thunderbirds. We have 1:22 left to play in the Culver's third period. Shots are 37-28. Danny Martin started the scoring back in the first period at 3:13 to give the Bobcats a one-goal lead. Josh Keplinger, though, answered back at 13:37, even strength scoring play, with Mike Kosis collecting his first point in his FPHL career. Nate Keeley got an assist on it, and it was 1-1. The Teddy Bear toss goal there from Keplinger in the first period. The two teams traded power play goals in the second period, with Gus Ford at 12:26, Roman Kramer assisting, and Josh LaBelle also getting a secondary helper, and the Thunderbirds took the lead at 2-1. 15:06 was the time of the power play goal from Philip Palavic, from Damon Ferusith and Carson Gallagher. 2-2 after 2. And here in the third period, in the final 4 minutes, an even strength scoring play from Dustin Jussot has given the Bobcats the lead. 1:22 left. You hear the crowd. 6-on-5. Face-off victory. LaBelle towards the goal, and it's swallowed up by Anthony Schrum. 1:17 left to play now. 38th shot of the game there. Far side circle. Bobcats to it. They'll have a look towards an empty goal, and it just misses. And icing has been called. That took a couple of seconds. We're down to 1 minute and 11 seconds to play in the Culver's third period. Thunderbirds are down by a score of 3-2. They got the net empty. The extra attacker is on the ice, and they need a goal here desperately. We're back. They've won the face-off again. Once again, it's LaBelle towards the goal, looking for a different result this time, and this one just went wide. LaBelle couldn't hold his own. It bounced on him, and now he has to back up. Keeley plays it ahead. Then it goes to White. Ford looking for it, picked off, long clear, and it missed again. And this time no icing. LaBelle picks it up. Under 1 to go. Twin City finds it onside, in front, they fire one, and it's up and over the goal. Pestuka has it. They go down low. Bobcats will find it, they couldn't clear it, and then it's played near Pestuka. He's waving at it. Half a minute left to play. LaBelle way across his own, finds Kramer, shoots one, shot block. And it's up. Where is it? Out of play. It's out of play or in equipment one. It may be in the pads of a player. I think that's what happened. It went into Gallagher. No one knew where it was, and Carson Gallagher's trying to shake it free. I think you can feel it. And it's in his pants somewhere. At least that's what he thinks. He'll just go to the bench. Certainly don't want two pucks to be in play at the same time. Well, the face-off is going to stay onside here. That's the good news. Bad news, Thunderbirds fans, there's only 24 seconds left. Let's see if Ford can win a face-off here. They'll bump it high in the zone. They couldn't hold the line. It splits the two players up top, and now one last push. Pestuka fires onside. There's room to work back behind the line. Bobcats will clear it. LaBelle blocks the advance. At center ice, 10 seconds left. They got to go quickly. White's onside. Across the fire, and they just miss. Kramer with 5 seconds left in the far side corner has a chance. They center in front, and that'll do it. It's a 3-2 win for Blue Ridge.
You still suck, Erickson!
3-2 is the final after the Thunderbirds give up a goal in the final 4 minutes. It's the 13th regulation loss of the season for Twin City, and Blue Ridge has won a game for the 11th time this year. Thunderbirds salute their fans at center. They'll be disappointed with this one, though, as the only goal of the third period proves to be the game winner from Dustin Jussot. And that's how this one ends tonight. Shots on goal in the first period were 12-7, favoring Twin City. They were 12-10 in the second period, and the Thunderbirds outshot the Bobcats 14-11 in the third period. A 60-minute total of 38-28. And this season series is now even at 3 wins apiece. We're halfway through this season series, 12 games, and 3-3 is the score through the first 6. Thunderbirds lost the first 2, won the next 2. And we're looking, won the next 3, and then lost this one tonight to even up the series. And so we will head to the post-game show after a break, and we'll be right back. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Thunderbirds return home next weekend for back-to-back games against Binghamton. But at first, we'll come back to the post-game show and recap this one tonight. The final score is 3-2.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
And welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for the post-game show following this 3-2 loss by the Twin City Thunderbirds to the Blue Ridge Bobcats tonight. Disappointing way to end this week after Twin City took the first 2 games, and then they were playing in a tie game in the third period late in this one. And it's a giveaway in the defensive zone that turns out to be the difference tonight, as Boris Babic was out of his net, was trying to find the puck, and I think it bounced around a couple of times, but eventually Dustin Jasso had a play on it. They have it listed as Damon Ferusif and PJ Demetrio on the assists, and so that means it didn't come straight from Boris Babic. If it did, it would have been unassisted. That's how they have it scored, but the game-winning goal is scored by Dustin Jasso in this final frame of regulation time tonight. We had several penalties called in tonight's game, but did not see the rough stuff that we saw really towards the end of the second period last night. And we saw Jacob Schnapp get suspended for a game, so he was serving a 1-game suspension this evening after the 2 misconduct penalties that he took. But there were 11 penalties in total called tonight, and the Thunderbirds again fall. Final score is 3-2. So we go back to the first period, and Danny Martin scores a goal at 3:13. That gives the Bobcats a 1-goal advantage just about 3 minutes into the matchup. And so the Thunderbirds had scored first on Wednesday. They scored first last night, but tonight it's Blue Ridge that gets the first goal of the game. And so he scores to make it 1-0. And then we had a really nice moment for Josh Keplinger in his return to the lineup this week, out of retirement, and made his debut this season back on Wednesday. And I think he was only scheduled to play 1 game in this series this week. And he didn't play last night, but I think the suspension to Jacob Schnapp pulled him back into the lineup for tonight's game. We also saw Josh LaBelle return to the lineup, but Keplinger comes back, and then a moment he'll never forget as he scores the teddy bear toss goal here in 2026 back in the first period. So it's final 7 minutes of the period. The Thunderbirds tie the game with a goal from Keplinger. Mike Kosas gets an assist. Congratulations to him. That's his first point as a member of the Thunderbirds and a FPHL player. And so not his first professional point, but his first point in this league. And Nate Keeley got the helper on the goal as well. So it's 1-1 at that point through the first period. Thunderbirds outshot the Bobcats 12-7 in the opening frame, the Pine Tree Tavern first period. We go to the second period, and each team scores on the power play and trades goals. The first one was from Gus Ford at 12:26, assisted by Roman Kramer and Josh LaBelle. 12:26 the time of the power play goal, 19th goal of the season for Gus Ford. That leads all Thunderbirds players, and that put Twin City in front by a goal at 2-1. It was only a lead, though, for roughly 3 minutes, as from 12:26 and the power play goal scored by Ford, the Bobcats get one back on a long-range shot from Filip Holovic. At 15:06, it was just inside the blue line. It was on the power play, but a long shot that got in behind Boris Babic. Damon Feruseth and Carson Gallagher collected an assist on that one. And so it's 1-1 after 1. It's 2-2 after 2. And in the second period, shots on goal favor the Thunderbirds at 12-10. We go to the third period, and the only goal is scored by Dustin Jussot. Even strength scoring play at 16:32. Damon Feruseth with a primary assist. PJ Demetrio listed as the secondary assist on that goal. Shots on net were 14-11 for the Thunderbirds and 38-28 overall. Twin City lifted goaltender Boris Babic there at the end for an extra attacker with just under 2 minutes to play. And I think it was about 1:55 or so when there was a rush up the ice from right to left, and Babic came out of the net for the extra attacker. And then we had several stoppages. Blue Ridge had several chances to fire and hit an empty net, which of course is what Gus Ford was able to do last night. And in the game, the final score was 4-2. Blue Ridge did not get one of those tonight, but they didn't need one as the Thunderbirds were unable to tie the game. But we also saw several stoppages, and then that created several offensive zone face-offs. Thunderbirds won the face-offs and possessed the puck there in a hard space, difficult space to do that in the 6-on-5, and they were unable to get the game-tying goal. They had a chance through the high slot. I think it was Gus Ford who shot that one that just missed, and then Roman Kramer from the far side corner was tied up, tried to move it back across the zone. They do move it back across the zone, but they were unable to do anything with it at that point. And that brings us to a final score of 3-2. So the Thunderbirds drop this one in front of a crowd of 2850 tonight. So this facility seats about 3,200, 2850 the attendance. So we had a good crowd on hand to watch this one this evening, and we hope to see you back here next weekend for back-to-back games against the Binghamton Black Bears. That's an opponent that the Thunderbirds played earlier this season, and they had a lead on the road. They ended up dropping the game. That was around the Thanksgiving holiday. That was Saturday after Thanksgiving. They dropped that first game to Binghamton. But those two teams will see each other 5 times this season, and the Black Bears' only trip to this facility will be next weekend, back-to-back games. And then the Thunderbirds will go back up to Binghamton for 2 games to finish off the month of January. They have an open week in which they do not play the first weekend of February, but they will go to Binghamton the prior weekend to finish off play in the month of January. And speaking of play in January, we can have a look on the video side of things for the folks tuning in on the schedule for January. So these are the games that I've been speaking about here with our games here on the weekend. Of course, the 2 home games against Blue Ridge, and those games are now complete. 1 win apiece for each team. Thunderbirds won it here last night. Bobcats won it tonight. Twin City won the game back on New Year's Eve. But, of course, that was the last day of 2025. So here in January, we've played 2 games as we start the 2026 calendar. But next weekend, we see the games there against the Binghamton Black Bears. I do want to let everyone know that those 2 games will each be played at 7:35. Our Saturday games normally start at 6:05, but occasionally there are differences, and that one is going to be one of those differences. 7:35 is the start time on Saturday of next week. But 7:35 also on Friday, so back-to-back games there on home ice. And then we go through a stretch where we will see the Thunderbirds play the Bobcats 4 consecutive times. They play them 3 straight games here this week. And we're currently in a stretch where these 2 teams are playing 7 of 9 games against each other. And, of course, for the Thunderbirds, the only 2 games that are not against the Bobcats are those 2 games against Binghamton. So 16th and 17th are on the road, and then the 23rd is on the road, and then back home on the 24th. And so we've got 2 more Saturday games now remaining in the month of January. But it's just a weird part of the schedule where the Thunderbirds games in this month are exclusively against 2 teams. It's either Blue Ridge, which is the closest opponent to the Thunderbirds, and Binghamton, which is one of the furthest away from them. And each team that they're playing this month, both Blue Ridge and Binghamton, are in the Empire Division. And so the Thunderbirds are in a stretch now. They're playing no one in the Continental Division. And in fact, they will not for over a month. They will not have a game against a divisional opponent until they play a 3-game road trip against PD on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of February. And that'll be the team's first 3-game and 3-day span of the season. There's several of those coming up in February and March this year. But that's what it looks like specifically for January. And I'll remind you that next weekend we will have the Frosty Fridays on, of course, Friday, and the $2 hot dog promotions will be here on Saturday. So that's what we have going on promotional-wise from the concession stands around the arena. We'd like to remind everyone to visit the Flock Shop when you get a chance. Of course, that's behind Section 213 here in the building, and so you can go to the back of 213. Flock Shop also has hours open during the week, and you can go online to TwinCityThunderbirds.com. If you go to TwinCityThunderbirds.com, there is a button at the top of the page that says Store. You can click on that store, and that'll take you to the online version of the Flock Shop where you can purchase official Twin City Thunderbirds merchandise online. But we thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We'll have one last look at the out-of-town scoreboard report, and we can show you the games that were on the schedule here in the FPHL tonight on this Saturday night. Busy night of action across the league, and we can bring you some scores, again, from around the FPHL. So it's a 3-1 lead for Port Huron on Indiana in the second period. We had the 6:05 start time here, which, again, we typically do on Saturday, so that means that usually our game will be complete before anyone else's is. And in fact, I think it would have to go a long, long way for that not to be true. So we've got the only final score so far tonight, so all these games are still in progress. It's Port Huron 3 and Indiana 1. Danbury has a 4-2 lead on the road against PD. And as I mentioned, that's a critical game in the standings because the Thunderbirds have now lost. And so if PD also loses in regulation time, the Thunderbirds would stay the fourth-place team in the division. If PD mounts a comeback tonight on Danbury, which they've won the first couple of games of that series, then the Ice Cats would then jump over the Thunderbirds for fourth place. And so that's one to keep your eyes on, fans, if you're scoreboard watching already early this season, which I know a lot of us are. And so that's a 4-2 game right now. Binghamton, after having a long winning streak of 15 games snapped last night, they're now beating Watertown 2-0 in that matchup. Athens with a 3-0 lead on the road against Baton Rouge. Columbus has taken a 1-0 lead on Monroe in the first period. Topeka's got a 2-1 advantage against Biloxi in the second period. And so that is the out-of-town scoreboard report for games from across the FPHL this evening, but that's just about going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's game. Unfortunately, this is one that the Thunderbirds drop in the final moments as they give up a goal with under 4 minutes to play. And a similar feeling, I think, going back to last weekend in the first game that they played on the road against Columbus, in which they had a lead actually in that one in the final minutes and were unable to come away with the 3 points that they were looking for and dropped that one again. So very close once more, but the margins are so thin in professional sports in this league. And it was just that goal there in the final 4 minutes that ends up being the difference for tonight's game. If you're on your way home, if you're tuning in your car, we hope that you get there safely. And thanks for coming out and supporting the Thunderbirds here this weekend. We've got 2 more home games coming up next weekend. You can find the recap of tonight's game later on tonight at TwinCityThunderbirds.com. You can go there for the preview article for the game next week. And we want to remind you that this week's edition of the Coach Harry Show will be a day early. And so the Coach Harry Show this week is going to be on Monday rather than our typical Tuesday. We have 2 dates this year that both have a Monday show. They're both at Little Italy, and this one will also be at Little Italy coming up here. This will be our final Monday show of the year. So we'll be live at Little Italy at 7 o'clock on Monday. The replay of the show will be online on Thursdays. And also you can catch the Cup of Joe segment that's becoming very popular with the fans tomorrow. That's going to be online on our YouTube channel tomorrow for the Cup of Joe segment. He had 2 guests this week. Joe Cangelosi did LJ Holland, which we've been running those clips throughout the broadcast, and also Andre Nitsch, who dropped the puck back on Wednesday. Of course, former head coach here, championship-winning coach, and now a European pro scout, amateur scout with the Florida Panthers, and 2-time defending Stanley Cup champion. And so it was good to see him back in the building, and he's also a guest on the show this week. So that's it for our broadcast tonight. I'd like to thank the production team, as always, for everything that they do. And unfortunately, the Thunderbirds dropped this one by a final score of 3-2. We'll be back on the air next weekend, back-to-back home games against the Binghamton Black Bears. Until then, thanks for tuning in, and good night from Winston-Salem. Bobcats win this game over the Thunderbirds. The final tonight was 3-2.